Protections.
You guys are fucking canceled.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Cancel Show. I'm Lupe Chavez, and I'm joined over here with this podcast Sancho. What do you call yourself?
Podcast Sancho. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the neighborhood. Today we are with Moel Lerma, Podcast Sancho. Well, I like to call myself in the morning.
He does say that.
I say that a lot.
He says that a lot. He wakes up and he's like,
Follow up. Oh, yeah.
yeah, just like that.
Can I get a, oh, yeah.
And today we have a very special guest. Introduce yourself to the people.
I'm Hannah. HannahRed. HannahRed 95 on Twitch. HannahRed on Kick. Without the numbers.
Is the Hannah red for the red hair?
Yeah.
You're a
I've
natural
always
red?
liked the color red.
Natural red or?
No, I wish. Send me some money.
Wow.
I started coloring my hair red when I was 16. As soon as my mom said, strict parents told me I could color my hair. So I was like, okay. And then I just kept doing it. And now my dad thinks I'm a natural redhead. Sometimes when I go home and I hang out with my family, which is so fun, my dad's like, your hair's naturally red, right? And I was like, no, Dad, it's not. You know that.
No, he doesn't.
And not anymore.
Yeah.
The 60s hit hard.
I'm sure.
So people that don't know, what do you do?
I play computer games and people pay to watch me.
Oh, so cool.
Not like porno, guys.
No.
No.
See,
Like games.
and I'm not one of those Twitch streamers that does hot tubs. All respect to them, like, honestly.
That does what?
Like hot tub streams?
What is that?
What is a hot tub
You've never heard
stream?
of hot tub stream?
I haven't.
So I don't do Twitch very much.
Hold on. We don't do games at all.
Not that kind of twitching. I know.
I don't do games at all. So all this is all brand new to me. I sound very old saying
So
this
on
shit.
there's like a just chatting category in Twitch where they will usually it involves a hot tub, either like a blow up pool or like an actual pool they have in their house, and they'll put a bikini on, they'll sit in the hot tub and they'll just splash the water,
Why
and
am I
talk.
doing this?
and there'll be like 100,000 people in there.
A bunch of kids.
Write this down.
It's marked as mature, so there shouldn't be,
Oh.
but like they always do these little spin wheels and you can spin the wheel, and then it's like for every sub I spin the wheel, and it's like they spin the wheel like I'm changing my bikini, and then they go change it, they come back. Or she'll like write her name on her boobs or something.
The guys actually pay for that?
Hell yeah, I've paid for it too.
Huh.
Bitch was hot.
Okay, are you writing this down? Because we're going to do this in the next episode.
So next we live stream on Twitch. I write my name on a titty or
My balls.
She writes the name on her titty.
Oh. Will it still sell if I write my name on my titty? Or their name on my titty?
And that reminds me, there's an actual Twitch streamer. His name is Scary Cheese. He's a big white dude. And he like colors his belly green, and then he green screens a hot tub onto his stomach, and then does like a hot tub stream, but as a dude. That could really work.
Huh.
Oh.
Got a lot of surface area to work with.
Manu?
I know, because she looked right at me when she said that. He goes,
My daddy always told me eye contact was important.
They got to know who you're talking to.
Yeah, I saw that automatically. Yeah, thank you.
But
It's all right, bro. You're sexy.
I'm going to go do some push-ups outside.
but I'm not that kind of Twitch streamer. I wish I had the confidence. I will say I have had a moment where like I've really thought about seriously at Halloween dressing up as like Leia when like Jabba the Hutt had her on like the leash.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be nice, but I can't sit in a hot tub. I turn into a raisin. But kudos to them. I just play video games.
Really? Well,
And then everyone goes, "Oh, you play Fortnite? Do you play?" No.
what games do you play?
I've been deep in Apex lately.
Can you explain Apex to this man?
FPS, first-person shooters. That's what I usually play.
Man doesn't know what that is.
I have no idea.
So
I swear to God, I feel
first-person
old.
perspective with a gun. So you're shooting battle royale. They drop you all into the same arena.
Mm.
So in other words, you're controlling the dude that holds a gun and you shoot people
Oh.
with the pew pew.
Medal of Honor, Call of Duty, that kind of stuff.
Oh.
But like with like different abilities and that kind of like ultimates and passives and all that kind of stuff. Healers, damage mitigators, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
What is the other categories? They just split it up into a bunch of different categories. There's like controllers, there's healers, there are like assistants, and then there's skirmishers and all that kind of stuff. And you pick a role, and basically whatever a set of abilities come with that is what you play. So like either you're good at reviving people faster passively, or that you can drop like a missile storm. It's like, have you guys heard of Valorant? It's a lot like Valorant, but CS:GO.
I think I'm
I'm trying. See, like it's you shoot people. Yeah.
Okay.
Bullet.
Yeah,
Bullet.
bullets. You got
But yeah.
that, Manuel?
I got it now. 'Cause I'm doing like, man, what the fuck am I doing?
Hey,
here?
Manuel only knows Duck Hunt.
No, Mortal
Paco.
Kombat, Mario, and Street Fighter.
You don't even play Tetris?
I don't even know what the fuck that is.
You don't know what Tetris is?
I'm sorry, I didn't have a childhood.
Jesus Christ.
No, I did have. I had Sonic the Hedgehog King. What's
On the Genesis?
Made you feel
Yeah.
fast?
Yeah. What's the other one? Donkey Kong, Super Mario.
I mean, I played all those games too.
But see,
My
that's
favorite
as
game
far as I
growing
go.
up was Assassin's Creed. I played the shit
I
out
like
of that.
Assassin's Creed.
I got
growing
broken
up.
up while I was
I
playing
like
Assassin's
girls.
Creed when I was 17. The guy dumped me while I was playing Assassin's Creed, and I was like, "Oh shit, that sucks." Anyways,
Yeah, I
it was
guess I continue
Assassin's
my
Creed
game.
Black Flag specifically.
She went on a killing spree.
I did cry, but after I played,
So does it get annoying? Like when you're playing online, do you get hit on a lot?
yeah and no. It depends on the day. It depends on what I'm wearing, and I don't mean like if I have the girls out. I mean like sometimes there's a guy that comes in and I'll be like, "Oh man, I love girls with glasses and that kind of stuff." Because I sometimes wear glasses because I'm blind as shit.
Yeah.
And then sometimes we'll come, "I love redheads." And then you have those reoccurring guys that like follow you for like a month, and then they're like, "You got Snap in the inbox?" You know what I mean? And I'm like, dude, it's not that deep.
You're like, nah, just watch me play games, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Donate some money. Donate some money.
Underage kids.
No,
She's
they're
hot.
usually not.
Uh,
I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know, but it's like when it's as the guy I was talking about, Charlie Moist Critical, who's my favorite streamer, talks about that men get so deep into streamers, not even just women, but like even men, they get so deep into streamers that they think that they're like remotely dating them, like because they pay to watch them, they're remotely dating them, which you have to handle a certain type of way. I have certain viewers that contact me regularly, either through like my Discord. Some of them have some of my social media that most of it's ran by Kenny anyways, but they'll follow and they'll like start. I've had a guy ask me for nudes. I've had
I'm
a
sorry
guy
about
ask,
that.
I've feet pics. I've got that one from
He loves
multiple.
feet.
What kind?
Guys,
He's staring at your shoes
Why?
right
Because
now.
you can't see your own.
guys, that's crazy. We can edit this out, right?
No, we're leaving that in.
Shh. That's crazy.
Hey, the whole time he's like, I wonder what size shoe she is.
7.5.
Oh, he just got a boner.
There's a lot of feet people on the internet.
I've never understood that. That's crazy to me. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
Well, there's actually, I was telling you guys earlier that I'm big into like psychology and all kind of stuff. There's actually the only discernible reason why they can find out biologically that people are into feet is that there's the part of your brain that controls sexuality is very close to the part of your brain that controls your feet. So the nerves that run down there. So sometimes those touch a little bit and then men get horny for feet. So
I get disgusted by feet.
I mean, feet are aesthetic to like the whole body, like nicely groomed feet, toenails. I get pedicures every 3 weeks, 4 weeks. But it's like I'm not like getting off to them. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's like having like nicely groomed hands or like don't putting lotion on your elbows.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to suck a toe, but I'll suck a toe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounded like a haiku. That's beautiful.
No,
Yeah,
you just-
yeah, I'm just saying, like,
I'll suck the shit out of that toe.
like if she wanted, she's like, hey, baby, suck my toes. I'd be like, all right, I'll suck your toes. Yeah, it's not necessarily that I want to, but I'll do it if she wants me to.
You're a pleaser.
Yeah. I don't
You're a
fight.
charitable lover.
Yeah,
So which one of y'all was when we talked? Which one was messaging? Was it you?
it was me.
It was you? Dude, I was so embarrassed.
With what?
Oh,
I'm such
yeah.
a non-stoner that I said, I'll bring some stuff to him. And I put like a little fire. It's going to be fire. And then I got drunk that night, right? I got drunk and I looked through it again and I was like, oh my God, it looks like I said I was going to bring weed. And I was confused as to why you were like, weed? And I was like, I mean, I don't know. I can get some, but like, and then I read it back when I was fully inebriated and I was like, it totally looked like I was like going to bring some ganja up in here.
Oh, so you're not?
No.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so we were talking about, I was like,
I
hey.
feel like I would be in like another planet right now.
Yeah, I was like, hey, what do you want to drink? Because we usually will have drinks here,
Mm.
And then she's like, oh, I'll bring some stuff. And then she put a little fire emoji, And I was like, weed?
And I was drunk, so I was like having a panic attack. I'm telling you, like, like when you're like the cold sweat prickles down your back. I'm like, babe, to my
He wants to
fiance,
get high.
babe, it looks like I was trying to bring weed. Am I gonna get arrested? Like, he's like, no, You're overthinking it. Just tell
You're
them
like,
that you
they're
didn't realize
Mexicans.
they
They
came
probably
across
get
that
high
way.
anyway.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm no hate, but like, I mean, I took a Delta 8 edible one time and I sat on the kitchen floor for like an hour. Completely illegal. And it fucked me up. I was like, it's not what I meant. I'm not a smoker. I'm a drinker.
Well, these fuckers, man.
So I fucked up one time when I was making edibles. And, you know, I was taste testing it.
Taste testing it.
You know, just trying to make sure they hit right. Well, I started early. You know, we shoot our show late.
Mm-hmm.
So this was like at 11 in the morning. So I took some, and that fucking high stuck with me till like the next day. So I showed up to the show. We were doing the podcast. We had like 4 different people on the show. Everybody was talking, and I was so out of it that I couldn't focus on
You
one
like the
person.
Jeopardy theme going through your head?
Yeah. It was just, I was like, do I look here? Do I look there? Who do I answer? I don't even remember what they said.
Yeah.
Like who, me?
Yeah, I was out of it.
No, I can't. I'm not, especially not social into like if I ever smoke, it's at home by myself in silence. And I know that sounds weird, but I get paranoid as shit. I start thinking about stuff. I'll turn on like anime and like just sit in my bed
Yeah.
and just like that's fine.
Eat
Because
something.
like, every time I get high, I'm just like, and if you're around people, then you realize like 30 minutes in that you're just like,
Yeah.
You act like you feel like you're feeling weird.
yeah. And then you're like looking around. I was like, shit, how long have I been sitting like this?
Yeah.
Who's been looking at me? Was this obvious?
Yeah.
And then what you don't
usually
even
is.
realize is that everybody else is stoned, so no one gives a fuck anyways.
No, I'm the guy that notices.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, I'm
you
the
one
guy
of those
that's
guys?
gonna be like,
Uh-huh.
look at her, she's fucked up. She's
I
out of
don't
it.
like you.
Let's take a picture with her real quick.
Well, I've definitely drawn a dick on someone's face when they were drunk before.
I've done that too.
But I don't know about when I feel like making eye contact with a high person. They're like looking into my soul.
Yeah.
He knows this about me.
See, twice. They were giving it to me twice without me. Like the first time, a friend of mine gave me an edible, but we were at the gym. And we were going to, he goes, hey, man, take this. And I took it. I said, man, what is this? I said, he goes, you'll see. I'm like, okay, you fucking weird. I didn't think nothing much of it.
Yeah, this guy's fucking weird.
Get to the gym. Dude.
That was not a Flintstones vitamin
That
gummy.
I love
Me
that
up.
thing.
And then I said, hey, man, what you give me? He goes, oh, dude, are you tripping right now? I said, yeah. So everything just did not make sense to me. Like, I feel like people were judging me. I'm like, the weights feel amazing. The way they were, oh my God.
You already feel like people are judging you at the gym, no matter if you're doing it right or not, anyways. So you're like doing the.
Well, it fucked me up so bad. I was mad. I'm like, bro, you don't do that shit. He goes, well, it's supposed to give you a better pump. I'm like, I don't feel the pump. I feel scared.
Well, it actually, the only thing I do know about weed is that it like increases your metabolism. Yeah, that's why people get hungry.
They say that weed helps your blood flow too, so it's actually good for workouts. 'Cause it increases blood flow.
It didn't help me that day because I didn't know what to do.
He was high in 24-hour fitness and it should have been in the 24-hour taqueria.
And then my brother gave me some shit, and no, you gave me some shit too before that. It really had me out there thinking about life and shit. I was watching the Fox 4 News, and I was just like,
Oh,
like, and then my other 2 homeboys were high as hell too, but I was just like, okay, don't look suspicious. And you fucking idiot, don't nod too much. All right, play it cool.
Smile.
Walk to your room. Oh shit, where's my room at? Oh, I'm freaking out. Holy shit.
I'm not in my house.
I was just like,
I was telling him when I was talking to him, when I went to Vegas, I took an edible. I said, I want only sativa because I like uppers. Because that's why I like alcohol. I want only sativa and I want the smallest dose of you have. So she gave me a little bag. There's actually a funnier story that comes after this too. Of 5 milligram pure sativa. I took one. So we're in the casino and I'm sitting at the table. So what we did is, because it's not like I'm poor, but I'm not stupid. So what I did is we took a bunch of mini bottles with us. So we'd order one drink at the bar, and there's a hotel in the casino we were staying at. We'd get a drink at the bar. We'd go back to the hotel room with the same glass,
yeah.
make our own drink, come back. So I'm drinking. I'm waiting for this edible to kick in. And I sit down at the bar, and I'm watching the TV. And it was 2020. And it was in November, so it was like encroaching Super Bowl time. And I was watching this football game. I was like, holy shit. I was like, this. First of all, I was like, my mind was like, why is there a football game on at 9 o'clock, 10? I was like, I don't know. Different time zones. I wasn't thinking straight. So I watched this football game. I thought it was like 3 hours. I was like, that football game was so fucking lit. I turned to my fiance. I was like, that was the craziest football game I've ever watched in my entire life. I was like, there was no downtime. Like, there was all the passes were perfect. Like, everyone scored a touchdown. There was no turnovers. He goes, we just watched a highlight reel for 3 minutes. And I was like, what? He's like,
that
you
was
watched
ESPN's top 10.
He's like, you just watched a highlight reel for 3 minutes and it wasn't even the same teams. And I was like, oh my fucking God.
She's like, that was such a good game.
And then I went and sat in front. I was like, fuck this. I went and sat in front of like the like floor to ceiling fish tank and watched the fish for like 2 hours. I was like, no more football. No, I'm terrible.
So
and then I got drunk on the last night in Vegas. I was drunk every night. It's Vegas. It's vacation. I hadn't been on vacation in like 8 years. So I got drunk the last night and I guess I packed while I was drunk. So we're getting on the plane. I'm telling you, like, we're physically getting into the seats on the plane. And I go, babe, what did you do with the bag of edibles I had? Because I only took one. He goes, I don't know. You packed. I was like, oh. I was like, did you see them in the trash? He's like, no. And I was like, did you see them anywhere in the hotel room when we leave? He's like, no, you know me. You know me. I looked through the whole hotel room. And I go, I fucking packed the edibles in one of the bags and I don't know which one. And we're landing in Texas and I was like, I'm finna go to jail.
You're panicking.
I'm gonna go to jail. Like I'm walking through it. I don't know if it's in my backpack, my carry-on, or my checked bag. And we're all freaking out. And I was like, holy fucking shit. And I had the worst indigestion too because I'd been drinking all week. And I was like, this sucks.
You're like, you're feeling sick and you're nervous.
I made it through, but never again. Don't pack from Vegas drunk when you've bought paraphernalia. Never do that ever.
Yeah.
That was one of the most terrifying moments of my life.
I did that once, but I went to Cali. So I went to San Diego and then we went to LA and then we flew back from LA to DFW.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a whole bunch of edibles. And I was like, man, I don't want to throw these away. It'd be such a shame. I'll just take them all.
That's how I guess I felt that night.
I took them all. It hit me so fucking hard on the airplane.
How many did you take?
So it was a pack. And the pack had 15. 9.
How many milligrams were each one?
I don't even remember. But I was out of there. Like, I was...
You were in the full-on drool stage?
Yes. In the airplane. And I've flown like... The first time flying was me going to LA. Second time was coming back. So I was like kind of scared, but I was so high it didn't even matter.
I want to tell a story, but it's about my brother-in-law. Okay, I'm going to preface this. Devin, if you're watching this, I love you. And it was completely legal. I gave him a Delta 8 edible when he was at my house one time. And he fell asleep on the couch and we had like a whole like party going on. And my fiance's best friend, Jay, he's on the couch and he's falling. like hitting the squeak. I don't even know how he does it. It like goes to the nose.
Yeah.
And he looks over and the guy goes, you good, cuz? Roll over on your side, cuz. You good? You good, cuz? Roll over on your side. He's just flat out like snoring.
Yeah.
Which is funny. There was one time. I'm so sorry, Devin. I love you. This is for fucking my sister.
Yeah.
Devin.
He fell asleep
payback.
when I was streaming. And Kenny made an edit of it. And there's just this full-on, and like, you know, we're playing, so there's like a lot of gunshots and like call-outs. Oh, like, I'm going in, let's get in the ring. Who needs this? Blah, blah, blah. And so when we just hear like, I was like, what is that sound? And I was like, oh my God, he's asleep at his computer.
Yeah.
And it went on, if you like watched the full thing, it went on for 16 minutes. I counted. We were crying, laughing. And I was like, damn, I guess the game was just that boring to watch. Because he wasn't playing, he was just watching me play.
Yeah. He just needed some background noise.
Yeah, he needed the soothing sound of war sounds.
That's him. Right? We're in the car, I'm talking to him, and next thing you know, I hear. And I'm like, the fuck?
He's just checking out the back of his eyelids.
I was talking to him right now when we're on our way up here. Like, hey, bro, what do you think about this? He's like, oh, yeah, we should do this. I'm like, what? Sleep?
And I don't know what's going on. I think I had to go see a doctor.
You got narcolepsy?
I don't know. I'll follow, like I said, like last time I told you in one of the episodes, when I was at the bank and I was signing some paperwork. I fell asleep just just
mid signature.
And the guy thought I was fucking with him. And
like,
then,
go play with me, man.
And then, so
He's like, is this a liability?
and then I get up, I'm like, yeah, so this is, and I goes, what? And then he goes, yeah, no, it's fine. And he goes, so I don't know what's been going, like I said.
What do you mean I've been locked out of my bank?
So
signed the wrong name.
So like throughout the night, I'll sleep for 3 hours, then wake up, and then sleep another 3 hours, then wake up. So it's like
Sounds like Kenny.
Oh yeah, Kenny. Really? See, but it affects me where my sleep. It messes me up. When like during the day, I'm sleepy, but then I'll sleep a little bit, and then I'm up, and it's just how I do it. But Albert Einstein had the same problem, but he was a fucking genius.
Yeah, you're not that smart.
I had a dog that had narcolepsy. I had a
You're
dog
dumb
that
as
had
fuck.
narcolepsy. He passed away in November from cancer. That dog was so funny. I miss him. He's so funny, and maybe you can learn from him, because every time he would eat food, he would fall asleep because it was the excitement. It was the excitement.
I'll eat and I'll be.
It was the excitement of the food. He'd like have his head in a bowl of food and just pass out right in the middle of dinner time.
Just dead asleep.
And then as he got older, it got a little bit better. But it was people food, and it was certain people food, like it was like Doritos. Doritos sent him to church. Like like bones. Like, so when I worked at Nick and Sam's, I'd bring home these long bone cowboy ribeye bones.
Yeah.
And he would have it in his mouth, and he'd be like, and I'm like, you'd pat him real hard, and he'd wake up, and he'd start eating it. It was the funniest thing. Like, people thought he was having seizures or choking. I'd be in public, and they'd be like, "Oh my God, your dog!" And he'd be like, and I'm like, he's fine.
He's just
Leave him.
taking a nap.
They're like, "What's wrong with him?" I was like, "He's narcoleptic." It's so sad. And I'm like,
He sleeps.
he's happy. He's good. He's taking a nappy nap.
My mom or my brothers are walking. Hey, I think he's dead. Because
Have you okay? You don't know what music or video games? Do you watch SNL?
Yes.
Have you seen Big Boys? We gotta look
No.
for Big Boys.
No, I have not.
It says it's cuffing season. Oh,
yeah.
leaving, we got a big boy. When like she's in the bed with the guy, she's like, and he has Snickers in his pocket. He's snoring, and then he stops. Did this man just die on me? Babe.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the best SNL moments ever.
But it just. I know, I can tell.
I know, I heard it right now.
And yeah. I'm like, look at it, hit my notes.
I can hit the notes.
That's
about it.
I can hit, but I won't, not the notes. But no, but yeah, it's just been happening to me lately though. I don't know why. I think I need to go see a doctor.
It's called unhealthy, bro.
You're fat is what you mean.
I didn't want to say that.
Yeah, you thought it.
They call it cuddle bundles, okay?
Look. It's unhealthy.
But there's a thing that I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's worse things out there. Coke. Yeah, I'm not out here.
Coca-Cola?
Coca-Cola or cocaine?
Cocaine. I was talking about cocaine. I'm not doing cocaine. There's things that are worse than that.
Nah, you'd be a lot skinnier if you were, though.
Meth will help you lose some weight.
I'm not trying to sell shit to Kenny. Come on, Kenny.
Buy this camera.
Come on,
This looks like my
Kenny.
camera.
Look at this laptop, baby. Come on, you want this. It's his laptop. Yeah, I got you, bro. But you know what I mean? But I'm working on it. I mean,
Meth heads are fucking hilarious.
they really are. I'm not gonna lie. They always got.
Have you seen that video of that girl sitting in the curb, and he's like, "You got any crack?" "Yes, at my house."
Nah, I haven't seen those.
Yeah, I grew up in the hood, so I seen a lot of like drug addicts, meth heads, crackheads.
Yeah.
And it's always funny. It's always one of those things where they're like, they have a problem. And you're like, oh, what a sad life.
But they're still at peak comedy level.
Yeah. And then the motherfucker starts doing a Michael Jackson dance. And you're like, oh, shit, look at him. Yeah. It's just one of those things. It's like, it's sad, but it's like, I'm fucking entertained. Here's $1.
He's not wrong. Because the other day, it was a crackhead that was arguing with himself. And I was wondering who won.
I've seen one fight the air.
Yes, that's what I'm talking
He
about.
needs some milk.
Yeah, he was just swinging at the air,
And he got his ass whooped.
and I'm like,
Fire.
no, the dude was swinging at his air, and then he was like taking hits, so he was like moving back and shit. And I was like, man, this dude's fighting some demons right
Demons, I was
there.
about to say.
Yeah, he's over there fighting with his demons.
I was like, what the fuck?
Good luck, my
Like
guy.
your dad and Coors Light.
I was like, should I jump in and help him or like?
You want to jump him?
Just tell me where he's at, and I got
Yeah,
you.
right.
point where he's at.
Point. Let him know.
Yeah, it's sad, but it's funny at the same time.
I mean, yes, I can't. It's sad. It's sad.
Hey, drug addiction is a sad, funny thing.
It really is.
Everything in life is addictive.
It is.
I mean, everyone's a bit addicted.
Okay,
to
wait. Say it after me. If you drink alcohol every night, you're
You're an alcoholic.
addicted.
Addicted, yeah.
If you do coke every night, you're.
Addicted.
Addicted.
If you do meth every night, you're.
Addicted.
What was on your face last night?
2 dicks. Yeah, backfired on you, huh?
No, not usually.
She's like,
Which is
I'm
a funny. I'm going to tell a story from a coworker.
Tell it. Tell it.
I'm not going to name drop, but you know who you are.
Change the name.
So he
Change
told
the
me.
names.
No, I'm not going to change his name. But he told me he was with this
Samantha.
girl. I just keep talking about these dirty stories. Man, my mind's in the trenches. So I have a coworker. He said that this girl he was sleeping with, art imitates life, right? Sleeping with Woods when he was about to come every single time, she'd stop. And it started pissing him off. And she was a squirter. So he said he waited until she came, but then he put his hand like this. And so when she squirted, it put it like literally ricocheted all back into her face.
He sent it back at her.
Yeah. Return to sender. What is the waterbender from
I don't know what
Airbender,
it's
right?
called, but
from wait, Kenny knows. Yeah. What's the girl's name? Akora. Does that mean about her? She's like, oh babe, I forgot to pull out. It's okay.
I got you.
I like Kenny. Like,
Hey, the first time I got squirted on, I was weird. I felt weird about it.
were you mad?
Well, I didn't know. So
You peed
squirting
on me,
was.
you
This
nasty
bitch really
bitch.
pissed on me.
All right, so squirting wasn't like a huge thing back in fucking 2003. All right.
I know it's really on the come up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really.
Now you got to be a squirter.
Well,
you know?
hold on. What?
Okay, hold on.
But they-
Is his sister a squirter?
God
No,
damn
she's
it.
not a squirter.
I was.
He ain't doing it right.
Hey, you know what's fucking funny?
No, I don't want to hear it.
They say if you're a squirter, your mom's a squirter.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
That
Dad, we
fucked
need to
her
have a
world up.
talk. I'm so glad they don't have Facebook.
But you know, the first time I ever got squirted on, I was I was like 17,
I thought I got peed on.
and this was
Everyone did.
like 2000.
I even thought I did.
Yeah, this was like 2003, so it wasn't like a common thing. You weren't seeing this shit in pornos, you know.
Yeah.
So I was just like,
The wettest thing in 2003 was like an Usher video.
Yeah. It wasn't fucking. It wasn't like out there like that. So and that shit shot out of her. So it was like got in my face. I was like, what the fuck? And she's like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, what the fuck was
Like in
that?
the wet zone at SeaWorld.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck was that? She's like, I don't know. Like, bitch, did you just pee
You
on me?
unlocked a side quest in
Yeah.
your life.
I was like, did you just pee on me? Like, what was that? Like,
You were having both like in this crisis, like, did I pee on you? Did you pee on me?
yeah, that's we were both. She's like, I don't know, I've never done that before.
And
I
back
was
then,
like,
Google wasn't like, oh, I just want to get the iPhone. Like, what just happened?
Yeah, and I couldn't just Google it, so I thought for the longest that this bitch peed on me,
Mm.
and it wasn't the case.
It's better than the Cleveland Steamer.
What is a clean steam?
We talked about it.
Oh shit! Tell me again, though.
Literally, oh shit.
Ah,
Because you thought a boudoir shoot was when someone shit
hold
on your
on. We'll
chest.
talk about that in a minute. But okay, you want to tell the story or?
So we got in contact with this photographer. She was looking for guys to do a boudoir shoot. That's when you,
It's a boudoir.
boudoir. It's when you dress up all sexy.
When you
get in
dress up all
lingerie
sexy
and
and you take naked photos.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you get all sexy. They take pictures of you. So I'm like, hey, Manuel, do it.
He's fucking signed me up without even. I didn't even know.
But now you're gonna do it, bro. It's gonna be a good time.
Hold on. Yeah. I might.
So you're actually going to do it.
I might. I'm thinking about it.
He's gonna do it.
But you did think that it was when someone shit on your chest.
Yeah. So he's like, I'm not gonna let nobody shit on me, bro. And I was
I
like,
plead
what?
the fifth.
You're like, I wasn't shitting on you. I was just trying to get you like a photo shoot.
Yeah,
Why
I
are you
was
so
like,
mad
what?
right now?
It's a photo shoot. He goes, oh, and they gotta take pictures of it. Nah, ain't nobody shitting on me and taking pictures of it.
And then he started talking about like how we wanted to stylistically do it. And he said Greek. And I thought they were talking about the kind of food that she would eat before
then he showed
she
me.
did the dirty deed.
She showed me. And then as we're driving over here, he's in contact with her. Well, he said he's doing it. I'm like, no, hold on, wait a minute. I'm like, well, do I got to get a Brazil? Like, no, I'm saying no.
I'm like, hey, does he have to get waxed? And she's like, only if he wants
I
to.
wax scooches. I got you.
Look, we'll let her wax you, bro.
On the show.
Oh, dude, no way.
Yeah.
We can make this
you
happen.
Take the gooch.
No,
You know
that's
what?
you.
You know what you guys remind me of almost?
Okay.
And Practical Jokers? Just how they just continuously
'Cause
try
we're
to
old and
humiliate.
funny?
Well, they just continuously try to humiliate each other back and forth.
No, we don't humiliate each other. It's just like, I hate when he puts me into something. I got to put something right back on him.
That's literally the plot of Impractical Jokers.
Yeah.
Oh,
You tatted each other. They did that. Now you're doing a boudoir. Like, now one of you's got to jump out of like
The big
a plane.
I'll jump out of a plane, bro.
I'm down to do it, right?
You do the boudoir shoot, I'll do the plane.
All right. So,
And I'm good on the plane.
so he was just like, and I'm just like, no, well, but see, I'll have random thoughts and I'll speak them on. And he'll be like, oh, see, he did it. I said, no, I just want to know, do I got to get a Brazil? What is this? First of all, I don't even know what the fuck I'm agreeing to. And he showed me what, the pictures and all. I'm like,
Brazilian wax, is that like a candle?
it's like, so I got to go out with the Brazilian guy? What the fuck? So he showed me. I was like, damn, this is badass. I'm
I
like,
love how you assumed it was a guy.
it's not. Oh, anyways. And I was
whatever
just-
floats your boat.
And I was like, okay, well, he showed me, I'm like, oh, that'd be badass. And then when he showed me, I'm like, you know what, though? If I do this, I want it on this fucking wall.
The
Like-
Brazilian wax or the boudoir shoot?
The boudoir shoot.
the what do you call it?
Boudoir.
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 Sounds like
Say it fancy.
Boudoir.
If you want to speak like you're French, you
I
have
want
to
fucking
push your
boudoir
lips
you.
up. Like you want to kiss everyone.
But I want it right here. It's okay.
Which reminds me, my coworkers probably hate me, past and present. One of my coworkers gets his whole body waxed like once a month. And I said, why? Like, what is the reason? Because like, it's not like there's anything wrong with that, but like, why? What is the motivation behind that?
Okay, hold on. Do girls like a hairy man? That's always been my question.
I do.
Do you?
I think, okay. And it sounds weird. I'm gonna word this.
Listen up, guys.
I'll come back to the coworker thing.
Coming from a
I would tell you, I've come through Reddit.
What?
Reddit. Sorry, hold on. Let me rephrase that.
You did what?
I've gone through Reddit on this
Oh.
because notoriously I've heard that men are insecure about having a hairy chest, like arms and back.
Yes, ma'am.
And I've looked through Reddit and it's overwhelmingly positive that women like hair on a man. It's just like, do you like a little hair down there as a man, nicely groomed?
Right.
Yeah, because you're a man, right?
Right.
And if you're a woman, you like hair on a guy because men have hair on them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, I like hair on a guy. And it sounds weird when I word it this way, but like growing up, I did have a fantastic father. You wouldn't know it by the way I talk. But I have a fantastic father that was always there for me. I have a great relationship with my dad. And my dad has chest hair. My dad has back hair. My dad has arm hair. That to me was a man. And so for me, when I see a man with chest hair, arm hair, back hair, leg hair, that's a man.
Sex.
Now, if you don't have it, I don't think less of you. I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
thank
you're
God.
like a little baby, you know? But it's not something I
Why you
feel like
laughing,
men
Kenny?
should be insecure about. And I've said this like many, many times. Like, there is no reason why that you should be insecure that you can or cannot like grow a beard or chest hair. If you can, you can. It's like being a squirter, you know? No shame if you can. You're still a woman, but like a man doesn't see you as less if you can.
Right.
I think body hair is masculine. But there are many things that are masculine about men. Things that for me, like you talk about masculinity is being able to be emotional and cry. I think that's masculine because people think that masculinity always has to do with being tough. But I think what masculinity has to do is confidence. And if you have confidence to be able to feel your emotions, that's masculinity.
Right.
If you have confidence to be emotional, vulnerable with the right people, that's masculinity.
Right.
It's okay to cry as a guy. It's okay to have chest hair. It's okay to not be able to grow a beard. Masculinity is confidence, just like womanhood is confidence. Whatever way you want to chalk it up. Being authentically you and whatever gender that you are, you want to be, that is what makes you. You're the way that you go out and put yourself into the world is what that is.
All right.
What no one likes is insecurity. And what actually is strong about insecurity is if you want to be strong, if you're insecure, just say, I'm insecure and come to terms with this. Because if you can't put your problems in a closet for yourself, you know what I mean? Because then you're just waiting until they come out. You can't hide those things away. You can't sweep them under the rug, because then underneath lying in you, it's almost like there's mold in your basement.
Right.
And to be insecure is okay. Just own it. Everybody's insecure. And then one of my favorite shows, they say the thing about confidence is crazy because no one knows if it's real or not. Sometimes confidence is fake till you make it.
Right.
But whatever you are insecure or whatever you are confident about, that's what makes you you. What we were talking about the other day was my sister and my brother-in-law were talking about how that not Macaulay Culkin, but Kieran Culkin is extremely attractive. And I would say on the rise of body modifications and plastic surgery, people have realized that they can buy what they think is a version of attractiveness. And what you can't buy is personality.
Yeah.
What you can't buy is confidence. So if you have that, you could be a 2 out of 10 and you can walk around and people will see you as an 8. So that's what makes that important. That's what I tried to like talk about. I was telling my fiance last night, one part about my job is I do have a lot of girls that are younger than me that work for me. And I didn't have a woman in my life, especially working in the restaurant industry, that was kind and a leader. I either had women that was a leader or I had women that were kind, but not a leader. And I have so many things that pop into mind. So many names that pop into my mind when thinking about those women. But an important thing for me is making sure that women know, like I always say, if you want to be a hoe, be the best damn hoe you're going to be. Just be confident with it. Own it. If you want to wait till marriage, that's fine too. If you, but just be yourself and giving women that confidence, but then also like do no harm, but take no shit. So that's what I like try to impart to like women that are younger than me. But at the same time, they're in this vulnerable state where they haven't found what confidence is. They don't really know what love is besides what they have seen from their parents. And maybe they didn't get that from their parents. But what I like try to incorporate when my relationships with younger women is being like a safe space. I've had girls come to me and say, how do I buy a condom? Why? And I say, why you ask me that? I can't ask my mom. You know what I mean? I couldn't ask my mom that. So I say, what works best? What I do, what blah, blah, blah. And then you talk them through that, because honestly, your mom is not supposed to be 100% your friend. Your mom still has to be your mom. But you do need a woman figure as a woman that comes in and gives you that safe space where you can talk about weird shit that you don't want to talk about with your mom.
True.
And so they're like, what? And then one girl said, oh, I'm about to get on the pill and I didn't really understand what the doctor said to me. And then I talked to her about it and she goes, you explained it so much better than the doctor could have, and I just didn't want to ask my mom about it. And I'm like, what should I do? But just being influential to the younger generation, I think is what's really important right now.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I forgot from chest hair from here, but I think it's really important that we become examples for what we want to see. Because what I see right now in the world is a lot of superficial love and identity. What people think is authentic is what they see on the internet. And a lot of people I think we're creating a generation where people can talk shit and not get slapped in the face for it. And
No, you're right about that shit.
People deserve to get slapped in the fucking face for the shit they say sometimes. And so what I try to tell people, especially younger people, is, and I mean, I have coworkers that are between the ages of 16 and 18. They don't know who Michael Jordan is. They don't know who Bach, Mozart. They don't know who, they don't know who Robin Williams is. They don't even know. And I'm like, what are you doing with your time? I don't know. They don't know what they're doing with their time because parents are so absent in this generation. I feel like and then we have to, what are we going to do to change that?
Yes.
We have to be different as in how we treat people around us and get us away from that social media toxicity, because social media is telling people who they can and cannot be, should and should not be, and how they can and cannot look.
Right.
And when you lay down at night, and I tell my sister this a lot, she gets, in her head a little bit, and she's an overthinker. Most women are. I'm one of them. Does it fuck you? Does it feed you? Does it pay your bills? And if it doesn't, don't lose sleep over it.
Oh, tell them.
Because there's a big empty room of people that have a lot of shit to say about you that have nothing to add to your life. And that's how you have to live it. Live it with kindness, but authenticity. And that's just something that I'm really passionate about. When I talked about, if someone's, what would you do if you didn't work in the service industry or you didn't stream? Or I said, I want to be able to talk to people and let them know that everyone is a work in progress.
Right.
I was talking to a coworker and I was talking about one of my friends who has some maturing to do. And he's like, I'm 38, me too. I was like, I'm 28, me too. But I think that everyone needs to realize they're a work in progress, but to be authentic, be okay with being wrong, be okay with being confident, and be okay with being yourself.
Right.
And that's what's important. Because if you're your own hater, you're going to hate on everybody else too. So if you got shit you don't like about yourself, who gives a fuck? Doesn't fuck you, doesn't feed you, doesn't pay your bills. Work on what you want to work on, live with what you want to live with.
Facts.
But that's kind of like something I've been thinking about a lot when we talk about the culture nowadays.
Yeah, I think the culture nowadays just feeds into
Negativity.
yeah, a lot of negativity, and plus, like you said, you know, people aren't afraid to say something because, for one, they do it in front of a fucking camera, you know, and then the people that respond back in comments and shit like that. Growing up, if we said something and somebody didn't like it, it was like we're gonna fight about
Right
it.
Oh, yeah.
there.
You
But
know,
that's
And don't get it confused. You talk
Same.
shit, I'm gonna show up to your job. Your
talk
house.
shit, get hit, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
call me a bitch. See if I won't punch you in the face.
Exactly. I'll cross you, son. I'll show up to your job.
I mean, I've gotten into like, and I hate arguing with people on Facebook, but I like say an opinion and it turns into like 9 people arguing on Facebook and being like, you just sound insecure. And I'm like, would you say that to someone's face? Because I don't think you would.
Yeah, exactly. No,
you really wouldn't.
And I mean, from my experiences, that people were the first thing. Oh, I'll call the cops. You know, white people. But
White people.
White people.
I mean, you'll talk shit, but I'll be like, I'll call the cops. Well, I'm gonna fuck you up before they come here. Then I'm sorry. It's just that.
I mean, they're not guidance counselors. What are they going to do?
Again, it goes back to what you just said. People got too comfortable not getting sucked in the mouth.
Yeah.
I mean, there's consequences to everything you do or say.
When you talk about like, all jokes aside, you can talk about sexism, racism, all that kind of stuff. The reason why I think that it is getting worse is not because it's a mindset. It's because it's broadcasted through social media.
Mm.
And if you said that shit to somebody's face, you might not be breathing in about 30 seconds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, you know, old white people on Facebook, they're insane. They're crazy. They'll say the most unhinged shit. Like, oh, we can't even cast. So like recently we were talking about The Last of Us, great show. We can't even cast like a white daughter to fit the white daughter in the show. And I replied to the comment and I was like, well, Joel, played by Pedro Pascal, is Chilean, but you're not mad about that.
Mhm.
Mm.
So like, it's not about, you know, some things don't work in video games that do work in film and vice versa.
Right.
So we have to be adaptive with like, and it's not like we are trying to reverse whitewashing. It's not like we're stretching. These are people with talent. These are people that earn these roles. You know what I mean? So why does it matter? You know what I mean? That's what pisses me off. It's like, it's not like we brought in somebody that was untalented, unmarked, and just gave him a chance as a free privilege. These are actors that earned to be, they auditioned, they were casted, and they performed beautifully.
Mhm.
And that's what I want to see in a movie.
Exactly.
I don't care beyond that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one wants to, if they adapted one of my favorite video games and they changed something, especially with it's one thing to have an accent or something like that. But when you talk about color, when you talk about, oh, it's white instead of black or he's Mexican, but who cares about that? If a black girl comes on and plays a French character and she's canonically French, that's cool.
Right.
Who cares? That still fits her accent.
Yeah,
they have the same voice and the
French.
same vibe,
She's French.
but who fucking cares?
Right.
And why do people get their panties so much in a twist about that?
Yeah.
I'm not willing to pull my panties down to change. No one's asking you to pull your panties down. Just don't go see it. If you're mad about it, Hollywood's not crying over your $5 to go watch a movie.
That's the problem. They think that they are.
No, they're not.
Right.
I bootleg everything, so
Allegedly.
Not even Batman could have got that information out of me.
I'm not going to movies for shit unless it's a really good movie that I really wanted to see.
John Wick.
John Wick 4 was great.
Oh, you saw it?
It was so good.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm gonna watch it.
I'm gonna watch that one.
I might watch it this week.
You're gonna bootleg it.
Most likely.
There's some movies I won't watch.
Like?
I have to be at the movie theater. It's a must.
Like?
You know what movie I did go to the movie theater to watch recently? Smile.
So that was the first movie that I ever. That's funny. That was the first movie that I ever got so drunk and I didn't remember the ending.
Really?
It was. sorry, dark. It was right after my dog passed away. And I was like, fuck it, I'm going to go. Like my coworker was like, you want to go see Smile? I know you're like, not having a good time right now. It's like, no, I really don't want to go home and sit in an empty house where after my dog's passed away and just think about him. I was like, yeah, let's go see Smile. And my coworker, he was like, here, take this. Gives me like a $3.75 Tito's. I was like, hell yeah. You know, and I hadn't drank like all weekend. I was in this grieving process. So I go to see Smile. I drank the whole thing. I don't remember the end of that movie. The only thing I remember from like the last like hour was like when her mouth opened up and like they zoomed in on like all her teeth and shit. I don't know. Did you like that movie?
It was creepy.
Really?
Yeah, it scared the shit out of my kids. They were
It was definitely creepy. How old are
terrified.
your kids?
Well, so this is also the first time we took the kids to watch a scary movie. So I got kids that are different ages. Like my
That's
oldest,
usually the way it works.
yeah. Well, I mean, but they're like stretched out. My oldest is
okay.
19, then 16, 14, 8, and 6.
Jesus.
Then I got one on the way.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you. At that super sperm.
All from the sister?
Yeah, well, except for the oldest. The oldest was me being a stupid ass teenager.
I mean, nothing wrong with that.
You know.
I mean, in the long run, not in the immediate future.
Yeah. But so I took all of them, and
All of them.
yeah, even the little ones. So the little ones were like, "Hey, let's go watch this. We want to watch Smile." I'm like, "No, you're gonna get scared." No, we won't. We'll be big, you know. Blah blah. I was like, okay, just so you know, I'm not leaving the movie theater.
I mean, we all had one movie as a kid that we saw that traumatized us.
Oh,
That
man.
one traumatized the shit out of them. Like,
Mine was probably it.
yeah, it fucked
Mine
me
was
up.
Jaws.
Nah, mine was it.
I watched it when I was like 13 with my dad. It scared the shit out of me. I am terrified of sharks to this day.
Really?
I love sharks. I think they're fucking badass. I don't want to, like my fiance, I paid for him on, I think it was his 39th birthday to go jump into a pool and swim with sharks and stingrays. Fuck no, would never do that.
You're like, nope.
Jaws fucked me up. Like these
Yeah.
sharks are like this big. I was like,
Yeah.
no, I'm good.
You're like, nope, I could die.
No.
It fucked me up when I was young.
Jaws?
It, yes.
That's what my fiance says too. He's like, it
I
freaks
couldn't
me the
take
fuck
baths.
out.
I had to take showers only. And, you know, when you're little, you take
Oh.
baths. You know,
Did you use the sink too and cut your hair all short?
no.
Because you know, like your hair goes down into it. Oh, and the new one. I don't know about the old one. I haven't seen the old one.
So in the old one, there's a scene where he comes out of the fucking bathtub. You know,
Yeah.
like
in the new one, he pulls the girl by her hair down in the
Yes.
sink.
yes, okay.
Yeah.
Well, and the old one is in the bathtub.
Mhm.
Where there's a scene where it's in the bathtub, you know, and it fills up with blood and shit, you know?
Yeah.
I'm never taking the bath again.
Dude, even like with pools, I was like, is there a shark in here? And I know I'm not the only person that was like,
With pools,
getting into a pool being like, the dark, like deep end looks a little sketchy.
it's a little murky there. There might be a shark.
You have, like, you said
and
you
this
like-
chlorine water.
You said you like horror movies. Do you have like a favorite director?
See, I don't really keep names. I don't really keep track of the directors.
So I have a toot toot, that's my horn. A really good memory. So I remember like everything kind of sticks. So I'll remember like every like person I come across. And so I'm weird like that. It scares people. Because I'm like, oh, you hate root beer, right? And they're like, why the fuck do you remember that? But I'm gonna say his name wrong. Mount Night Shyamalan.
M. Night Shyamalan.
That's my favorite. I saw a knock at the cabin door.
I just watched that the other day.
I liked it.
Like 2 days ago, I just watched it.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was good.
So I fell asleep towards the end of it. Not because it wasn't
That
good.
was his thing.
Well, I do this thing where like I want to spend time with my family, but I also want to work.
Yeah.
But then I also want to do other things, like do podcasts and shit like that. So
Yeah.
I'll fucking torture myself, and I work nights. So I'll
Mhm.
go to work at night, and I won't sleep because I want to go out to eat, you know, do stuff. And then
I do that shit.
next thing I know, it's like 9 o'clock, and I'm fucking dead. So it's one of those things where I was watching the movie.
That reminds me of when in John Wick 4, and I tried to get a video, but my finger was on the wrong button. There was this guy, we walked up and it looked like he was still in his work boots. He was sitting in row G below us, far right seat. So that'd be G1. Shout out to G1. Oh no, it was G14 because that's how you know how many movies I see, because 14 is always on the left and the 1's always on the right. So G14. And I walked up the stairs and I noticed that he was, they looked like he said was in his work boots. And, you know, you notice things about people.
Yeah.
You know, they were dirty. He looked like his clothes were kind of like kind of sticky. Like I don't know, maybe he was working like was an appraiser or like a construction or air conditioning, but he had his popcorn and he was ready. He fell asleep during the majority of the movie and snored so loud. I feel like I'm like the magnet for people that snore, because I'm always around people that snore. And the dude snored so loud, the people in G were like leaning forward, like looking down at him. And I was like, I don't want to wake him up. I wanted to wake him up because I felt bad for him. But I also didn't want to wake him up because I was like, maybe this is the best sleep he's had all week.
All right.
You know what I mean? And the funny part was he woke up at the quietest part of the movie. He slept through like all
the gunshots.
Like he slept through like 3 deaths, 9 character arcs, a side quest, and then like 3 children crying. But it got really quiet and they went in the loo. And the loo, we're not going to French tonight.
French museum?
Yeah, the loo.
The loo.
That's right. And it got really quiet and all of a sudden we hear. And he woke up for the rest of the movie. So he got to see the end.
He was like, it was such a great movie.
Yeah, he's like, oh my God. But who knows? Like, some people like to do that. Sometimes like those are luxury recliners. Like maybe it's way more comfortable than his bed at home. Because I felt bad for him. I was like, do I go wake this guy up? And I was like, no. It might be the best sleep he had all week. I was like, maybe if he maybe he has kids at home. Like maybe he wants to snooze. You start thinking all that kind of stuff. You grow out of that white knight phase. You know what I'm talking about? Where you're like, I should help everybody. And then you get older and you see different situations. You're like, this might be the best sleep of his life. Who fucking cares? I don't.
Yeah. You didn't
sleep
call out
on.
your inner Karen and was like, manager.
No. I am the manager. I don't like Karens. I'll be like, oh, you want to speak to the manager? Let me go get her. You rang, like that's me. Like I can't, like I want to speak to your manager. And I'm like, and it's always like older white dudes are like, I was like, I want to speak to your manager. I'm like, you're talking to her, and they're like, you, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm not the tallest, whitest, oldest dude in this building. Yes, I am the manager. Yeah. What would you like to say to me? But no, I'm not like a Karen like at all. I turn a blind eye because you never know. Unless someone's getting hurt, like I'm good. Like I'm gonna pass right on.
Let me ask snitch on.
The only time, you were talking about fighting people. The only time I actually almost did fight people and someone in person was there was like so I live kind of like in between populated and like a stone's throw away from a farmer. So there's this bar up where I live and I went up there like shortly after they opened. So it was like a soft open. I went up there, I sat at the bar. And so we're sitting at the bar and this is the bar. And this is where this guy's sitting and I'm sitting down here. And I was on a cloud 9. I already won like 9 stuffed animals from the crane machine. Fucking love crane machine. So I'm on cloud 9. I'm enjoying my drink. And he starts talking to the bartender, really, really rude. And he's like yelling at her. He's like, we don't have to be such a fucking bitch. And they're going back and forth. She's being very polite because this is her job. And he's being really rude. He's yelling at her. He's cussing at her. She walks away to go get the manager because he asked for it. And he looks down the bar at everybody sitting there and goes, am I in the wrong? And the whole bar is silent. And I go, yeah, you are. He goes, excuse me? He's like, I don't want to hear that from a woman. If you're going to come talk to me, come say it in my face. So my little 5'4", I pulled my seat out. I got up. I went and stood and I said, I'm here. Yes, you are in the wrong. He goes, why are you even over here? I said, you rang. Like, I'm over here now. Like,
you caught my attention.
He's like, I bet you didn't vote for Trump. And I was like, I don't give a fuck. I was like, we're not even talking about politics right now. He's like, I bet you you love Biden and Obama. And I was like, we're not talking politics. You're rude. You've been unkind to the bartender. You asked if you're in the wrong. And I'm going to say that because they can't say that to your face, but I can. And he's like, who even invited you over? I was like, again, you. And the bartender and the manager walked out and he's like, get the fuck out of the building. And I was like, yeah, get the fuck out and don't talk to your fucking bartender like that ever again. Because we get too much of that. They're drunk, Yeah. I'm the sober one, not you. As a bartender. And as I turn around, so there's like all these pool tables. As I turned around, there were 9 dudes behind me with pool sticks, like ready to because I'm telling you, we were like this. There was like 9 dudes with pool sticks behind me. One goes, I was ready to beat the shit out of that guy. I was like, good. I was just turning around because you never expect someone to have your back when you go in a fight. Right. If I get my teeth knocked out, I get my teeth knocked out. Yeah. But I turned around. There was 9 dudes with pool sticks that had come away from the pool tables that were all standing behind me. Like we were ready. I was like, me too. That was the one time I almost fought somebody because he pissed me off, and I was a little drunk. I'm gonna be honest, but. It was like, am I in the wrong? Yes, exactly. He's like, am I in the wrong? And the whole bar was silent. And I was like, Wait, no one's gonna say I am.
The
Okay.
only girl. Yes, on the
Yes, motherfucker.
Who said that?
I can see that. I can see that.
I would have been instigating. Ooh.
Ooh.
I threw $10 at a guy, like once. I was at a Waffle House.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a strip club.
No,
I'm about to say, please elaborate. When you say that?
I was, yeah, I like hit him with $10, like a bunch of ones. I was at a Waffle
like,
House.
Like we like really disrespectfully, and it like goes like that.
Yeah, I like just
Yeah.
when they just.
It remind,
I was
reminds
at a
me-
Waffle House, and you know,
Oh, that's where the fight starts.
yeah, and it was like I worked nights all my life, so it was like 3 a.m. It was my fucking lunch. People were getting out of bars, out of strip
Mhm.
clubs and shit. And
Everyone's drunk.
yeah. So
Everyone's hungry.
I'm over there just sitting down eating, chilling, enjoying my food. I got like 15 minutes before I got to go back to work.
Yeah.
And he comes in and he's talking shit to the cook, which is an old Mexican lady. And
If you want to fight a Waffle House cook, I'm just gonna assume that you know like kung fu, because that's like the last person I want to fight is a Waffle House cook.
well, see, it bugged me because it was an old Mexican lady.
Oh yeah, leave Abuela alone.
Yeah, and I was just like, at first I didn't say nothing because he was just complaining about shit,
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I guess he must really not like it, whatever. But then it got to a point to where he's like, hey, you, lady, and he's like snapping his fingers at her,
Mm-mm.
and then he's like,
Don't snap your
did
fingers.
you make this shit? Fucking horrible. He throws a plate at her, like chunks it at her feet,
Like the time in which he pulls the chonkle out.
Yeah. So it caught my attention. I was just watching,
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, I'm not paying for this shit. And he said something. He's like, I'm tired of all you motherfuckers coming in here and taking all of our shit. And I was just like, ooh, it got racist. I can hit him.
Would you like to get on the grill and cook your own
Yeah.
food, lazy like motherfucker? Like,
Yeah,
what do you
that's-
mean? You're literally paying her to cook your food. Why can you be mad about that?
Yeah, so that's when I was like, oh shit, okay. I'm like, hey, you got a fucking problem, man. Just leave. Get the fuck out of here. Like, if you didn't notice, I'm fucking Mexican too, so it's a little offensive. It's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, oh, you don't give a fuck. All right, so you want to fight? So we could like literally just fight and just get it over with. He's like, oh, why do you want to fight? I'll just call the cops. I'm like, all right, well, call the cops so I can whoop your ass right now before they get here. And then he's like, I'm not paying for this shit. And I don't know why. I just grabbed.
He just wanted free food. That's
Yeah,
all he
that's all
wanted
it
was
was.
free
Yeah.
food. And he wanted to yell at somebody in
Yeah.
the meantime to scare them enough to give him free food.
So I just reached
You know
in
what?
my
Food is
pocket.
free when you cook it at home yourself.
Yeah, you're right about that. So I just reached in my pocket and I had a bunch of dollar bills and I just fucking threw them in his face. I'm like, do something, bitch. And he's like, that's assault. And I was like, I didn't even hit you.
That's assault? No, it's dollar bills. It's not
Yeah.
salt.
I was like, that's stripper money. They like it.
They love it.
I'm about to turn your underwear into a thong anyway, so
Yeah.
here you go.
And then you know what? I was like, he walks away. And the ladies apologized to me.
You sure he didn't wasn't like,
No shit. He's picking it
let me
up.
get these ones
Nah,
real
I
fast.
I told the lady to keep it.
Yeah.
The old lady. But he
He
walks
picked
away.
it up for her though, right?
I don't remember. I was already done with my food. I had to go back to work, so I just did it and paid for my shit. And I was walking outside, but my homeboy Johnny,
Yeah.
he was like, "Hey, let me smoke the cigarette before we go." All right, so we're in the parking lot. He's smoking the cigarette, and the dude comes out. And he parked next to me. He comes out. He sees me. He's, "Don't hurt me." And I was like,
It
You
reminds me of that video of that Karen where like she blocks the road and she's like, "Oh, he's
"Yeah."
hitting me."
Oh,
Like he
yeah.
literally
She's,
did that.
grabbing
Like,
onto the hood. It's like, no, you're not. Get off my car.
yeah, he literally did this thing where like I was already attacking
I'm scared
him.
right now.
Uh-huh.
He's threatening me.
Yeah, but basically that.
Yeah.
And I was just standing next to the car. I'm like, I'm not even talking to you, bro. Like, get in your car and get the fuck out of here.
You probably forgot. Like, who the hell are you again? I'm like,
No,
He's like, they caught me in the dark parking lot. They gonna fuck me up.
he brought his cholo friends over.
that reminds me of one time I went to Waffle House and there was this group of guys with somehow their dog. It was like a blue heeler. I don't know how they got a dog in there, but they did. And they just were playing these horrible country songs on repeat. We all talked about we don't like country. Nothing wrong with country. I love you guys. But I don't like it.
I don't
So
fuck with it.
it was a touch tunes.
Yeah.
I have a right to change the music. I changed the music and I just turned on like, was it like what I turned on? Like Juicy J. I fucking love Juicy J.
Yeah.
It's like,
Slop on my knob.
and these guys all turned around looking like, who the fuck turned this shit on?
They were looking for the black guy.
Yeah, right. And there wasn't one. And then they're like, who the fuck turned this shit on? And looking on. So they go up to the machine because they're evidently too redneck to know how to do it on the phone because I'm on the phone. Like I ain't touching it. You know, they start part quarters and they start playing like more stuff. So I do what I call fast play. What I call as in like you skip every song they play. Because watching them get mad was so fucking funny to me. I started just skipping every song they turned on. Yeah. So I'm turning on like Doja Cat. I'm turning on like all favorite artists like SZA, Kendrick Lamar. We gonna be all right. And they're getting madder and they're so confused. They're like, you mean you want me to pay $2 to skip this damn song? Fuck that. So they got mad and they came over to us because we're sitting by the door and we were laughing. So we could have been laughing about who knows what, but of course they said, "Oh, it's her," and, and they go out and they all get in the same fucking truck. Shocker, it was lifted, and they put the dog in the flatbed. Shocker, and then they pull around to our car because we were the only other people in the Waffle House at the time, and they sit by our car with the motor running. We sat our asses in there for an hour and ate our food slow as shit until they finally. Because they were right in front of the restaurant, so we could see their car. You knew the cameras could see the car. Yeah. And waited until like an hour passed, and they finally drove off and left. And then we went, because they were ready to like, I don't know. My fiance was like, I don't give a fuck. Oh shit, jump out and whip their ass. And I was like, nah, it's fine. Let's just wait. Like, but I was like, over music. Yeah. Like, who hurt you? Yeah. He was like, I dated a girl once that wasn't a redneck, and she used to listen to this. Don't turn this shit on. It triggers me.
It reminds me of her.
Yeah, I don't get it.
She broke it at my heart.
Waffle House is a lawless place.
It really is.
I love Waffle Houses.
I love Waffle House.
You see all the strippers at the middle of the night.
Crying.
Yeah, with their sugar daddies.
Yeah.
With
I had a boss once. Not a good one, but I did have a boss once that if I take a woman on a first date, I take her to Waffle House. Because if she's too good for Waffle House, she's not good enough for me.
I mean, that makes sense, though.
But I fucking love Waffle House. All right, y'all are from Texas, right?
Yeah.
Chipotle or Freebirds?
I don't fuck with Freebirds.
Why? What did they do to you?
So, and this is just from one experience.
Did you work for them?
Huh? No, but we had a company picnic one time at my job, and they gave us Freebirds, and it was like the most bland ass chicken ever. And I was like,
but the queso and the lime rice.
See, I just had a burrito.
Yeah, we're Mexicans. You fucked that up.
Okay, have you guys ever been to Qdoba before?
Actually, yes.
Shit is good.
Been where?
Qdoba?
It's like a...
What the fuck is that?
QBODA.
Where is that?
There's one in Carrollton / like West Plano.
Oh, yeah. See, I don't...
There's one in Hewlin.
It's a very white area of town, yeah.
It's almost
I live in the ghetto, so
that's the only place that like I know where. I know there's more like areas like that have Qdoba, but I used to go to Preston World Baptist Church.
But
so like there was one like across the street, so I used to go there all the time when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I've never been.
It's actually the same thing as Chipotle, really.
Chipotle is gross California Cali-Mex food to me. I don't like it.
Chipotle ain't horrible.
No, but to me,
it's not horrible, but it's not good. Like the queso was like gummy and.
Also, too, any place that you mentioned that I probably never heard of, to me is probably trash because I'm used to the Mexican lady in the little hut making burritos.
Speaking of, there's a 24-hour taqueria in Garland that has the best fucking tacos that I ever had in my entire life.
See, now we're talking.
No. I think it was called 24. Oh, I know. I've been in the streets and the street tacos. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking love authentic tacos. And I think that, first of all, can we agree that Fuzzy's is awful? Fuzzy's is awful.
I've gone maybe twice.
It's awful. Once. They just put feta on everything. And feta's not even Mexican. It's fucking Greek.
And I had their brisket nachos.
Yeah.
Or fajita nachos.
I mean, I'm not going to like cry about it, but okay. Yeah. And then Torchy's is good. Torchy's is probably one of my favorite. But 24-hour tacos in Garland, I'm telling you, this shit was so good. The line was out the like back door. And me and my sister were drunk. And if I know anything about me is when I'm drunk, I can speak Spanish better. So can my sister. So we're sitting in this line. And these people in front of us are like, meat. We want meat. And they were fighting the whole way up. I'm telling you, this line for it's a gas station. That's where they good. Gas tacos. So there's this line going out the door. We're in this line. We're in concert because we just went to a concert. I got like Doc Martens on. We're waiting to get these tacos. We want meat. And they're like, K meat. They're like, meat. I was like, finally I looked at them. I was like, what kind of meat do you want? They're like steak. And I was like, carne. And they're like, what do you, queso? They're like, what's cheese? And I like walked them through the line. I was like, thank you. Get the fuck out of my way. And then me and my sister went through the line and ordered everything in Spanish because like we were fucked up. Like, because we just gone to a concert in Deep Ellum. And my fiance ended up knowing the bartender. And so we were just like, I'm telling you, like when she poured the Tito's, it was like,
oh, no shit.
It was a heavy pour.
Oh, I'm pouring, you know. So like one drink got us fucked up. But it like we were so annoyed. I was like, God, like don't come into the taqueria. Estamos hablando inglés y no esperando. Waiting for fucking tacos. Like I'm so mad. Like and they're like trying to like talk in like this Spanglish. I'm like, oh my God, like what are you doing? Please get out of the way. Like And these people were so nice. I'm like, why are you being so mean? Go to Taco Bell. They're still open. Like,
thank you.
Like go to Taco Bell.
Go to your people.
You know what? Next time we see
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people?
What do you mean, you people? Next time we see her, we're gonna order the Mexican certificate. Welcome to being a Mexican.
You get a
we should do like a mukbang of like good tacos.
Oh, I'm so down for that.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah, I'll bring them.
We can stream it.
I'll bring it.
I'll bring you some hood tacos.
I'll bring you some hood tacos. Garland is like a great mishmash of flavor. To be fair, it's lost a little bit of it because it's been a little more gentrified. But Garland has some great fucking Mexican food. Some great. I wouldn't say.
There's another place in Dallas. I got my stepdad knows that was voted one of the best tacos out there. I forgot the name of it, but
there's some places in Garland and Richardson that are rated on the top 100 Yelp list of best restaurants of all time. Which Garland is just a distance from here, you know?
Yeah.
And you just go right up into Garland.
See, we're not from this area. We're not from this area. We're from Fort Worth.
That's where my brother lives.
What?
No, I don't know. I'm not gonna give it. I'm from super north. So go 20 minutes. Pardon me. The orange juice is getting to me. I'm 20 minutes north of McKinney.
Oh, okay.
So I was 38 minutes to get here.
Oh, okay. You're up north.
North. I told you I can go get Chili's and Nanda's Taqueria at the same I'm a stone's throw away from a farmer.
Yeah.
And speaking of, there's this legit place that just went up in my town. It's called something. It's the first really good authentic. I think did she say Cuban? I think it was Mexican food. And it's Cantina Lime. I think it's what it's called.
Whoa, okay.
And it's so good. And I was talking, so they did a soft opening. I was talking to the bartender that came down from Denison. That's where she worked at the other location. She came down and she said that the head chef is the wife of the owner. And she comes down and oversees all their recipes every single day. I was like, oh my God. I had a ahi, what's it called? Ceviche.
So I love me some ceviche.
The lime had so much bite to it. You know what I mean? Nothing was it's almost they drained all of the vegetables really well. They soaked the red onions and all that kind of stuff to get that bite. And there was just a really nice crisp bite of lime and an avocado crema on the side. It was, man, I'm hungry.
Damn it, let's fuck this. This is it. I'm hungry as fuck now.
Let's go get food. Yeah, I love me some ceviche. Ceviche is the shit.
Ahi, raw ahi is one of my favorite things to have, sashimi style.
I have no idea what you just said.
Ahi
what?
tuna. It's like tuna, but it's the red kind. It looks very red when uncooked. And sashimi is anytime you fillet the meat and lay it over. I think it's called nigiri, right?
What you call me?
Nigiri. It's called nigiri, right?
What did you call me?
It's one. Well, I know he likes Asian food, so it's called nigiri when they take the tuna and they lay it over a hand.
You being racist?
So confused.
I mean, I'm probably it's probably nigiri or something like that, but it's a hand like palmed rice, and then they lay the tuna over it, and it's just the rice and the sashimi style meat, fish usually.
I do.
I mean, sometimes.
I love Asian,
but not like that.
I love all food.
I love all food too.
I like trying all kinds of shit.
I told somebody, I was someone was asking me the other day, I was what's your favorite cuisine? And I said my favorite cuisine is trying everything, because I love Indian food, Chinese food, love Mexican food, Greek food. I just love food. And I think that there's like certain like flavor profiles that everything has to offer. I was like, just go full and just deep dive into food. Try everything. Like open your palate up. Like really. It's okay to not like certain things. Even like Cajun food is great.
Oh yeah.
Like Cajun food's amazing. Just be open to it. I don't really have like a favorite. If I had to like eat some for the rest of my life, I probably would say like either Japanese or Greek. But just food is awesome. And I think like I was talking about like the neurological pathways that you create in your mind, but keep your brain limber. Food is the same way. Try new foods. Don't say no to anything.
Yeah, I'm always trying.
Food wise. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, no, you can say no to anything, like.
Yeah, you can say no to anything, but just don't say no. Like, don't keep yourself from having new experiences. You know what I mean? Keep it. Try everything. It's okay to not like it.
Yeah.
It's just that's I think that's really important.
Yeah, I'll try anything. I don't give a fuck.
No. Shut up, Kenny.
That is crazy to me that you don't like spicy food.
I'm sorry. I'm a light-skinned Mexican.
Mexican?
He's a coconut.
He's a coconut.
I can't.
Brown on the outside, white on the inside.
Yeah, he's a coconut.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. And I suck at soccer, too. And I can't read or write in Spanish.
You can't write in Spanish?
No, I dishonor my mother with that.
Oh, no. It's easier for me to write in Spanish than speak in
God
Spanish.
damn it, the one person.
See, look, she can do it. Why the fuck ain't you?
Because you can think about it more. Like, you can, like, it's on paper.
I get frustrated.
Because, like, the thing about Spanish that makes it beautiful, in my opinion, is how they, like, hook words. So it's like, te quiero con... No, I'm going to say this wrong.
What?
Te quiero cuando...
Oh, I thought you were
tu llego a mi casa y estamos...
Solos?
I'm blanking right now. Every time I get put on the spot with Spanish, I blank. Comiendo. Comer contigo. See, like that. Like, and but they talk and they float and like, and that's what's beautiful. But that's what's hard to understand about it is that it's very linked. But the crazy thing is, the more I learn about Spanish, the more I realize that English is the same way, especially for people that talk fast like me. It's very like, and that's where like it's hard to understand Spanish. But if you write it, to me, it's a lot. I can text like straight up Spanish, but to talk it, I get nervous because I make eye contact, and I'm like, you're like, oh, gringa, no, hablando conmigo, no, like
actually, no, it's the opposite because we feel like it's.
I know, but in my mind, I'm like, they hate me.
Nah, it's actually you'll be loved more because they're like, this person is taking their time to learn our language. Yeah, we're gonna make her one of ours.
Well, people that are bilingual are smart people.
Oh, I mean, we try.
Well, no, it's statistically proven that people that are bilingual are extremely intelligent. Because you think in two languages.
You're smart, buddy.
I was going to say we are, but you're bisexual too.
I mean, I know I'm smart, but...
No, it is a mark of intelligence. It does, again, like the neuron pathways we're talking about, like you're firing on 3 different cylinders right now. You have your inside dialect, you have your outside dialect, and you have intrinsic dialect. So what you is canonically to you, which is like what you really think in. And then you have what you speak in. And then you have like another like language that you can converse in or like adapt to talk to somebody else.
I wanted to tell you yesterday that I wasn't understanding what the coach was saying, but it's because there's this coach I was talking to yesterday. Mm-hmm. He's Venezuelan, and I didn't understand shit he was saying. And he was speaking. I know he was speaking Spanish, mm-hmm. but I was just like, yep, okay, yeah. You want me to do what? Okay, like, and I understood what he was saying, but at the same time, in my head, everything was just like...
It's because there's so many different forms of Spanish.
Yeah.
And,
So, that's funny because I was talking to one of my favorite coworkers. His name's Fran. He's the one that's from Argentina. And we were talking about it. I asked if he'd seen Narcos before. He's like, oh, yeah, I've seen Narcos.
I know.
He's like, pero is Colombian Spanish. He's Colombian. It's different. It's different. And I said, Argentinian is more kind of like proper Spanish, kind of. I was like, but what do you think is like the right way, like the proper, like Shakespeare, if you want to say, like, oh, great heavens, like the very like great way to like say this is the mother of the language. And he said Spain, and I was like, that's very fair.
I mean, that's where it came from.
Yeah. And he asked me, what is the proper way to talk in English? And I had to like marinate on that for like 2 days. So what is the proper way to talk in English? And I couldn't think of it because California, man, like you're like this. And like you got the Guidos reading. I'm like, hey, get out the fuck out of my way. I'm trying to get some pastrami, man. You're holding up the deli line. And then you got people in like Texas like, hey, y'all, I'm trying to get a goddamn sandwich down here. And then you got the people up in, like we talk about Minnesota, like my friend Zach that I game with, or my cousins. They're like, "Oh, can I get a bigger big?" Like, and I was thinking, I was like, what is the proper? And I read this article and it makes sense, and it was talked about by a lot of talk show hosts. What is the proper way to speak English? And they said newscaster, which makes so much sense because there's no accent to it. Good evening,
and they all sound the same.
I'm Hannah Clay, and I'm coming to you from Washington, D.C., coming here with the details on this story. More to come up, and it's very flowy, but it's not like, hey, it's Hannah, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It's like,
hey, y'all.
It's like, hello, good evening, welcome to the news. My name is Hannah, and you're here at 8 p.m. with me. First story is, and it's very, very really good diction to it. Good, what's the word I call it? I always fuck with my fiance because it's called articulate. Oh. To articulate, they'd be like, "Yes, hello, it's me." You know what I mean? Like, "Hey, what's up? It's me." You know, there's no slang to like newscaster, which I think is a great way to describe what the proper form of English is.
I mean, no, you're right. You're right because they speak. I mean, they
speak in a way that can read to everyone.
Yeah. No. I mean, well, they got to appeal to everyone. You can't just
exactly.
You can't sound too Southern, which there are some.
You can't sound too Northern. Yeah. You can't sound too like Southern. Can't sound too like much Stone. Like, you know.
Can't sound Latino.
What?
But it's crazy because like there's a bunch of different versions of Spanish in general. I've worked with a bunch of Colombian guys, Puerto Rican guys. And my Spanish isn't even good enough for like Mexican guys, you know?
Sorry.
I speak that hood Spanish where it's not really proper in any kind of form or way.
Yeah.
Chicano.
Yeah.
Chicano.
It's Americanized, then it's Texan at the same time. So
it's Texican.
Yeah.
There you go.
It just doesn't sound right.
It's a Tex-Mex dialect.
So it's like sometimes I'll say words that even Mexicans don't understand, like straight up Mexican.
Like Spanglish almost.
Yeah, basically. But that's also what happens whenever you grow up in like a Spanish household, but have to learn English.
Yeah.
And then you got to translate the Spanish to English and English to Spanish.
So my sister-in-law, my oldest brother's wife, their daughters are fluent, or I think at least somewhat fluent in both languages. I know they're fluent in English. I don't really talk to them much in Spanish, but it's funny. My sister, she babysits them during the day. Cause she's an electrical engineer. My brother's a civil engineer, but she works from home, so she does more like off, like, you know, she got the crown. She gets to work on the laptop now because she worked through her way through the ranks. Yeah. She used to work like Gex and all that kind of stuff. Mm. But my sister said like sometimes like I have to go to the bathroom, so I'll go in there, and my oldest niece or my second oldest niece will come to the door and be like, "Abra la puerta! Abra la puerta!" Like scream at her in Spanish, or you'd be like, "What's your favorite color?" "Azul, azul, azul," and it's so cute. And then like, you can even say like, "What is this? What is this color?" "It's red." She's super smart. She's firstborn to two firstborns that are both engineers that are pushing 120 IQs. "What is this color in Spanish?" "Rojo, rojo." And I'm like, "Okay, what's this?" "It's a spider." I was like, "What is it in Spanish?" "Naranja." Like, you know.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Like, and I really believe that, like, if there are some people that like really want their kids to just learn English, and I respect that. But I think it's really smart to like bring your kids up learning like multiple languages.
I mean, it's helpful.
Because it becomes like, it could become something very like ingrained in them. It's not something weird switching in between.
Right.
You know, it's funny. I can understand it better. I don't even remember what the words in Spanish were, but when I went to my niece's 4th birthday party, her grandmother was there, and I came in, and I don't remember what she said. She just said, "You have the same dimples as her." And I laughed, and we just hugged. I don't even know how to say that in Spanish. It just made sense if you understand like context. Because I had an amazing Spanish teacher. She was like, "We're not going to learn words. We're going to learn context." Right. So what should give you context to how you speak in a sentence is not necessarily you knowing all the words, but you understanding contextually what they mean.
Right.
And so she'd make us watch like novellas and all that kind of stuff. And
that's
like,
how you learn it.
Yeah. And cause she lived in Spain for like 4 years. She was partially deaf, whitest, like super white lady, but she got it. And she spoke French too. Mm. And she would say, learn context. So like when someone uses certain words, like working on blank, and you see them holding this, you're like, oh, you're working on that, blah, blah. It's a terrible way to describe it, but those context clues really like can give you more information than just memorizing a bunch of words.
Right.
So I don't know. I love the culture. I love the food, and
We love you back now.
I don't know. I just think that I think it's one of the most beautiful languages in my opinion. That and probably like French.
French is sexy.
French does sound sexy.
So,
Italian sounds like the bastard child between Latin and Spanish.
Italian was just I don't know.
It's very Latin-esque because I took 2 years of Latin in middle school, and it's very Latin-y. It's like like straight up Latin and Spanish had a baby.
See, I don't know any Latin, but what's on the movies?
Latin is a dead language, but it is the root of all Western languages. But it's like, I used to be able to speak a lot of Latin, but it's like Regina is like Latin for queen and all that kind of stuff. I can't remember most of it, but it's very archaic sounding, if that makes sense. Latin is. It's like you go to like, say you went to like Italy, you're like, in nomine Patria, in Spiritus Sanctus, Amen. That's like
Sound
Latin.
all the priests.
Yeah.
My back in
We're
church.
getting the exorcism
In
here.
nombre ole patre, in nombre ile proton, and like when they do all like those exorcisms in horror movies, that's all
Yeah.
Latin. That's Latin.
I thought he was speaking Spanish, bro.
You know what a reverse exorcism is, right?
What's a reverse exorcism?
When the demon asks the priest to leave the body of the child.
Ah.
I got that now. It took a minute.
We can edit that shit out, right?
Yeah.
We're even.
Catholic jokes.
Yeah.
You know, it wouldn't be a Catholic joke if it didn't have a boy in it.
It's the difference between acne and a priest.
Oh, what's the difference?
The acne waits till the kid's 13 to come on the face.
Oh,
Kenny's like, get this girl off the mic.
Kenny's like, this is not a good look.
About brand deals.
He's like, and you're not getting any.
It's okay. What are they going to put me on? Pornhub? I mean, I don't mean like as a porn star. I mean,
I
like,
was
I mean, like you
saying.
can get me a voice like play a free porn game that'll make
Well,
you
now
come in
they
30
have
seconds.
that. What's that shit where you do voices? What do you call that?
Voiceovers.
No, voiceover. Yeah, what he said. Wait, how'd you know?
You like that though. You like that though, don't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah, you look like you're
He
into
likes that. He's
ASMR.
like,
You like the noises? You like the
Yeah, there you go,
yeah.
right there.
I can see Kenny beating off to some oh yeah.
Sorry, everybody. Go.
I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna gently touch myself.
You turned on, Kenny?
Wow. Send me that clip.
He's gonna rub one after that.
Dude, some ASMR is very satisfying. You're like,
Really? I've never.
I'm gonna open this packaging. And then it's like you hear like
You
the
hear that-
crunchiness. But then like you get these like people. Sorry, Kenny, if this is your thing, but they'll be like, I'm gonna lick your ear
Look at Kenny. He's getting a boner.
Kenny, is that a boner I see, Kenny?
I said, is that your cell phone? But
now.
your cell phone is right on top of you. But
Looks like a wallet.
Yeah.
No, I
Might
mean,
not be a wallet.
well,
It's just that thick.
that's like as the Lord said, deep and wide, if I can say it.
I can't do the ASMR where they're eating.
No, the only ones I like is when they do the pit bulls. They do like pit bull mukbangs. They're so cute, and the dog will, and like the dog's like lapping up like the bone
Yeah.
broth and then eating the turkey necks. That's
Really?
the only kind I can do. Like
Yeah, I
the
can't do
ASMR ones,
people
the
eating.
eating. I
I
hate
can
the
do
sound
that.
of people eating.
Oh my god, I saw Cardi B eat some fucking crab legs once.
Yeah.
When she was like this and her nails are like this long and she's like pulling the crab out.
Yes, it was the grossest fucking
That's
thing.
funny. Like before I came here, I was watching like some Instagram reels and it's like, so I was washing my ass and I just got my nails did. And you ever like put your nail inside your ass to make sure, like to get it clean? And I had just got my nails done. They were real pointy.
Mm.
I stabbed myself in the asshole.
Like
on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
I was like, I aspire to that level of just being
That comfortable?
authentically
Yeah.
like yourself. Yeah.
Like,
Straight up.
I mean, more power to her, but yeah.
Mm.
She gives us loud girls, like, because I'm always like, I'll watch back my videos when I stream. As like, not as in like oh man, I want to watch myself, but as in like, I critique myself. And I'm like, oh God, you were so loud right there. Oh my God. Like, and I'm like, yes! I'm like, shh, Hannah, you don't gotta be like that. You're so fucking loud all the time. And that's just who I am. But Cardi B is like that too. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe people are okay with that.
Yeah.
Because I'm boombastic. I'm just like all the time. Like I'm explosive, like with my like joy and my energy and all that kind of stuff. Like, yeah, take that shit. Fuck you. Like when I beat like a game or like a villain, like what did I say the other day? I was playing Little Nightmares like 6 months ago. And I was like, yes, fuck you. They made my dick so fucking hard. I was like, what are you saying right now? What is wrong with you?
I was so confused.
What?
Whose dick got hard?
Whose dick got hard?
And I'm like, oh yeah. And I'm like, wait, hold on. Are people watching me?
Yeah, suck it, cock muncher. What?
Cock muncher? Rug muncher.
Oh, it's your dick, bro, not mine.
But I get like really like loud and I'm like, oh God. But then like Cardi B, she's like the same way. And like, I'm not saying like have her as like your spirit animal or like you're like,
no.
but like she's hilarious, dude. She's fucking funny.
She is funny.
Yeah.
But also too, I get watching her eat was gross.
Well, no one wants to watch people eat. Like
Yeah.
honestly, I don't want to watch people eat.
I don't
like
that.
people watching me eat either.
Yeah.
Like I will like as a manager, like I have like a very small amount of time where I can go and eat. And I'll go and I'll sit down like the furthest table. And the second I sit down, I'll go like this and I'll start eating. Someone comes right up to me like, hey, what you eating? I'm like, leave me alone. I don't like people watching me eat. I don't like watching people eat. I don't like it. Leave me
I don't
alone.
like sharing either.
Mm-mm.
I hate when you got. I know this happened to you, but like when you have your plate and then there goes that fucking hand that reaches over to your food, and I'm like, I just told you.
You know what I fucking hate though.
Yeah.
Here we're gonna go ahead and talk about this. When women, my
I'm
wife,
not hungry.
No.
That one, that thing.
That one too.
That one's annoying.
they'll try to dictate what you get.
I'll literally no. Oh, if you're gonna order that, I'm not gonna order that because then that's what I was thinking. But I wouldn't be able to try both.
Yeah.
You're like, well, then
There
order
you
it
go.
yourself because I don't want you eating off my. Nope, we can't order the same thing. I'm like, what the fuck do you mean you can't order? Just order the same thing. That way the leftovers don't get too mixed up. You know, like if one eats the other one, who fucking cares at that point? Because you ate the same damn thing. You know what I mean?
Like we'll go somewhere and she'll be like, "Oh, that looks really good," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm thinking about this." Like, but if you get that, that'd be cool. I'm like,
Because she wants to try it, but she just wants
Yeah.
to eat.
yeah, and I'm just
See,
like,
that's not the way I am at all. Like I go, like I am the most decisive person ever. If someone was like, "What do you want to do?" Like jump off a cliff or like suck dick, I'd be like, I'd pick one like randomly. I'm committed.
well, which one would you do?
Depends on if there was water under the cliff.
Depends
But,
on the cliff.
But they're people like I don't really. I love you ladies, but you ladies are kind of like this sometimes. You'll be like, I just want to try a little bit of that, so you should order that. And then I'm like, I don't get that. I don't.
Yeah.
Because I want to eat my food.
There you go.
I do. I want to eat my food. You sound like turned on. You're like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
Don't touch
so-
my food. My food
Don't touch
precious.
My motherfucking
I know. I fight. I
Alright.
bite and I fight and I fucking. And that's what,
Man, it's like my nipples are so hard right now.
right now.
You go, girl. You
almost
eat your
there. I'm
food. You
almost
eat the
there.
food the best you can.
Mhm.
I won't even look at you.
You know what you want right when the waitress gets there?
Yeah.
Mm.
Mhm.
That was the day we ordered McDonald's, and she was eating my fries. I said, she gives me the fries the fries that she's been eating. I said, no, motherfucker, give me my fries.
That you didn't eat off in the
Yeah,
car.
no shit. I'm just like, but they're trying to give me half-ass fries.
I'm not like that at all. I'm like, I don't really care what you're ordering. The only thing that I like go back and forth on with like a group is like appetizers.
Okay, I can.
Like
Yeah.
that's fine.
Appetizers, I don't care. Whatever everybody wants, I don't give a shit. I'll just grab. Like, I'm not picky. I'm not picky when it comes to food either.
I'm not either.
No.
Like, I'm just willing to try some shit. I'm there for the experience. If I don't like it, then I just don't like it. It is what it is.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, it's not a
No.
big deal.
I'm exactly the same like way. Like I'm there to like. I think as you get older, you realize that food is part of a social experience,
Mm.
and enjoying the food together and talking about it is more deeper than just eating. Even though the eating is the best part, that's what she said. But food is great, like socially to enjoy it together. I think it's a big way that ties families and cultures together as well. But I think that there's like so much social influence that comes around like eating food,
Yeah.
in my opinion. So
It definitely does. I think, getting together and having a meal with somebody, that means that either they're family or there's somebody important with you. Because
or you want them to be someone
Yeah.
important to you, yeah.
you don't just have meals with anybody.
Yeah.
You don't invite somebody out to eat if they're not.
Well, like food is a love language.
Yeah.
Either eating it or cooking it. And you don't want people that are like, you don't feel like appreciate you, your culture, your food, or your family breaking bread with you. But I definitely don't do that woman thing where it's like, well, you get that so I can get this so I can eat half your plate and half mine.
Yeah, no.
I don't get it.
Yeah, I don't like it. You should get that. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna get that. And then what happens is when she points something out, it like completely makes me not want to get it. So I'm like, I know now what I don't want to get.
Yeah.
You rebellious.
I am.
Bad.
Not for me anymore.
I'm a bad boy.
I liked it, and then you said it, and then I didn't anymore.
Yeah, I was like, oh, no, I don't want it. I'm not gonna touch that one.
I don't want it.
Don't tell me what I can and cannot have.
Mhm. That's also me too. If you're like, hey, don't get this, I'm like, why? I want that now. Give me that.
Bitch. Shut up.
Yeah, just like that.
Exactly.
Smack my hands. Then she's like, bitch, and I'm like, sorry.
he side-eyed you like, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
I'm not a bitch. I'm a big boy now.
I try to be.
She
All
did
right.
that to you too growing up?
Huh?
She did that to you too?
Your sister punk you?
Not no more, no.
No, not anymore.
Nah, I don't think she's ever pushed. Only when we were kids, yeah, I did get in trouble. And we were talking about the story because this was one time I said we were walking to school, and she was being a brat or something, and I ended up hitting her in the back, and she.
Are
wasn't-
you younger than her?
I'm the older one,
I'll just say it's always the younger siblings that hit in the back.
and I'm the older one. She went back and told my uncle came back, and I got in trouble for it. So, but that's the only time she's ever been like a dickhead. But it was her fault.
It was her fault.
Don't tell her the truth, gaslight her. Tell her it was her fault.
It was her fault. Women, you see that?
So I tell everybody I kind of grew up like a single child
Mhm.
because all my brothers and sisters were way older than me. So like the closest one to my age
It's like
was
my brother-in-law. His little brother is like 8 years younger than him.
yeah. See
So he was like, he's literally is the embodiment of a, he has his big brother moments and his little brother moments. We like sees like I see it because I'm the youngest sibling. I'll see him like intentionally try to annoy me. I'm like, this is my game. You don't play my game. And then I see him do the big brother moments. I'm like, he like likes to like, and then he mitigates
yeah.
as well as like a middle child. And I'm like, that's so crazy. It's packed all into like one personality because you really didn't have siblings.
All right.
You just were like pretty much everything to everyone.
Well, that's
Yeah.
how we are.
that's how because like I said, my brothers and sisters are 5+ years older than me,
Mm-hmm.
and then my little brother, I'm 12 years older than him.
Damn.
So it's like I didn't really have a little brother. I didn't really have a big brother. It was just kind of me by myself.
See, and I'm the oldest, and I had all little brothers, and my sisters. It's me, and my sister, then my brother Vince, and then my other brothers. But there's all of us. I got to grow up all that we had with all the stages, and including him. I just look at him like my brother. So it's kind of like, oh, one big family. We're just,
Yeah.
you have your big brother moments, your little brother moments, and I'm always I like to say I'm the leader. Because with the men, we're always testing each other. Strength,
Yeah.
push-ups, shit like that.
Splits.
Splits, Van Damme it, Or now it's the whole beard thing. All of my brothers, this fucker have beards and I can't grow worth a damn.
Are they balding at all? That was the question.
Oh, I'm not gonna say no, but you know,
I'm
what?
not.
See, that goes hand in hand. If you can grow a beard, you start to bald a little faster.
Not true.
I mean,
Okay, you're the exception.
Not
No,
true.
Live
no.
on your privilege in
no,
silence.
it's long. That's the reason he looks
Man,
full.
look, you can
It's fucking
see
long.
straight
Look at
through
that.
it.
Look,
I got that
I didn't wanna say-
beautiful fucking hair.
I didn't want to say that little thinning up here, but I'm gonna let that go.
Okay, well, he got the gray going on, so he got the
It's
one
the
out of 3.
gray. All right.
It's the gray.
It's that older, sexy man look. You wouldn't know
Silver
nothing
fox.
about that, all right?
How do you say
So-
fox in Spanish? I don't know how to say that one.
I don't know how. I don't know
Puto.
how to.
That's bitch.
He doesn't know that.
You can't, motherfucker. I know that.
Oh, all right.
What about okay, hold on. Cosquillas.
It's tickle.
Tickle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you trying to tickle him? I don't think I like that, but
Are you guys ticklish?
I'm not.
He is.
I'm not gonna tell you that.
He is.
Too much padding.
Huh?
I said too much padding.
It's a lot of body to tickle, bro.
They say if you're more ticklish that you were held more as a kid,
It's a fucking
which is
lie.
weird because I was held a lot as a kid, but I'm like not ticklish at all.
That's, what I'm saying. No, that's a lie.
I'm not ticklish, but I'm more about the, like, if you grab me and you start fucking doing this with your fingers, it doesn't affect me. But if you tell me that you're gonna do it, that affects me. It's,
Okay,
I guess
so
the
it's like
anticipation of it
cosquillas.
gonna happen.
Está yendo.
That'll get me before the actual hand actually touches.
Wait, hold on. This is a word that like widely it's hit or miss. Torzón.
Corazón.
Corazón,
No, torzón.
Tarzan?
Torzón.
torzón,
Torzón.
like diarrhea.
Yeah, he gets it.
What is it?
Torzón.
I never heard that.
Yeah, it's
So
like-
one
it's
of our
like-
good friends, she's Mexican, he's
She shit
Filipino,
herself?
and she said he knew he had made it into her family when they went to a bar and she goes, "Oh no, I need to go to the bathroom." He goes, "Tiene uno tazón?" And she's like, "How do you know that word? Like you got bubble gut, like you got shit,
Oh.
like real bad, yeah."
It's like whenever you got the shits.
I never heard that word. See, shit like that. It's like I never heard it. You
It-
said
it- it's like ferocious shits.
that?
Right? It's like diarrhea shits.
Bubble gut, we're
Yeah.
Oh.
like in like Dumb and Dumber,
It-
when he gives him a laxative, he's like, "Ooh,
It's
oh,
They call it torzón. It sounds kind of like thunder. Like,
the
you know,
thunder,
like-
the thunder bud.
Yeah, you know. So I don't even know if that's a real Spanish word though. I don't know if it's like a made up
well,
one.
I mean, there's a lot of made up like English words like no cap, you know?
No, in Spanish, there's a whole bunch of things. It's not even a. How can I say? We could actually be saying something completely different. That's not even using that word.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why it's just like.
He said like diarrhea.
Like yeah, when you said, I thought you said corazón. I'm like,
No, that's hard.
yeah.
Corazón. See?
Is it? I don't even know what corazón means.
Corazón
I know
is heart.
Yeah, I know.
That's hard. Yeah.
But you know, some people be using it for my love, right? Mi corazón.
Ah,
Ay,
yes.
corazón.
Yeah.
Está mi corazón, tú,
Like it's a reference
tú
to people.
haciendo mi todo
I would love to see her in a
corazón.
novela.
Mhm.
I swear to God, I would fucking watch.
Have you
it.
watched K or S?
Who?
K or S?
No.
It's like a novella, but like for like if you only took 1 year Spanish.
Oh.
She's like, ¿Qué hora es? He's like, ¿Dónde está la biblioteca? Like gets on her and she's like,
Yeah, that's the Mexican acting.
¿Dónde
Yeah.
están? He comes in, he's like, ¿Qué hora es?
Watch
She's
you
like,
get a fucking
"Ay."
deal off of this.
Yeah, she
Like, and then like they're on the couch. She's like, no entendiendo. It's like straight up. Like, then this is what like one of the things that my Spanish teacher showed me that was funny. And she's like, ¿Dónde está la baño? Like right in her face, and she's like, está y la cocina. And he's like, ¿Qué hora es? And like a new guy comes in. He's like, ¿Qué estudiamos? Like, and then they talk in like the most basic phrases that you could talk in Spanish,
yeah.
but they're all freaking out, like in a novella. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh man.
And they're like, and instead of like, she like leans in, like, instead of being like, ¿Quieres besitas? You like lean in and be like, no, estoy haciendo mi ensalada. She's like, like, and like falls back onto the couch. It's fucking funny.
Well, you should watch La Rosa de Guadalupe.
Oh yeah.
It's
The rose of the
it's
Guadalupe.
like
Rose
the
of
river.
Yeah.
well,
No. Well,
There's a Guadalupe River though
yeah, there
in
is.
Texas.
there-
there is, but it's like a so it's like a TV show.
Mhm.
It's like a drama series, and they have different scenarios in life, you know.
Mhm.
And like every time, it's like it starts off like as a young innocent kid gets influenced to do something bad, and then a rose pops up out of nowhere
Mhm.
in front of this Virgin Mary, and you hear the and the wind blows and her hair is
Very dramatic shit.
very dramatic. But the scenes, yes,
Yeah.
the scenes to it, like whenever they get hurt or like and they're like roll around like 20 times, and it's like some dramatic ass
It's like when
shit.
soccer players like go like this and cut their ankle and like and then, like
Yeah.
fall off,
Yeah.
and I'm
Basically like that.
oh.
Oh,
Basically like that. And then they get saved by this rose that comes out of nowhere.
yeah.
It's like oh god, I always say I want to say it wrong. Colita de sana de rana. Like
No, sana.
sana colita de rana. Yes,
There you
yeah.
go.
And my first boyfriend would say that to me every time. I was like, I don't feel good. Like, was it
I like you.
sana colita de rana?
He
And
showed
then
you
it's
all our
like,
secrets.
and then there's
Yeah.
like another one. Like, it's like if it doesn't feel good today, it'll feel good tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
it's like if it's not
No,
ahora es por mañana. Sí.
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
He gave you all the secrets of the culture. Did he tell you about the vapor rub?
On the bottoms of the feet.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom put it on my chest. I was like, "What you doing up there?" Put it on my feet.
So yeah.
What
So
a chicken noodle soup.
Mexicans are really like it's funny, but it makes no sense. Because like if you take a shower, you can't go outside.
Yeah, because then you get dirty.
Well, no,
No,
because
no.
then the arrow hits you and you'll get sick.
Okay, I haven't heard that one.
Yeah. So like if it's cold, let's say you take a shower and you don't cover your mouth and you walk outside,
That's like the white people version of like
te
don't
pega
swim in the
aire.
pool like an hour after you eat.
Yeah.
basically.
So that reminds me, I was telling you about the Pedro Pascal like SNL where he's the overprotective mother, and she's like, no, let me tell you. So the girlfriend, the white girlfriend's like, he was having problems focusing in school, and he's like this, and she's like, and I took him to the family doctor, and she's like. He's like, and then we got him on Adderall. My son don't have ADD. He just like to jump. He's like, she comes in my house. Family doctor. Come on with the vegan sliders. Like, so funny. Because that reminds me, like the going to the doctor, not a thing.
Nah.
Not a thing.
Oh yeah.
No.
Not a thing.
We go when we're dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depression doesn't exist in the Mexican house.
No ADD.
doesn't.
No ADHD. No anxiety. He
If
just
you-
like to jump.
If you have ADD, you just need something to do.
What's
Start cleaning. Start
Mhm.
organizing.
Uh-huh.
You still
That's like
have
the
energy, go
Mexican
cut the
version. If you have
grass.
time to lean, you have time to
Dyslexia?
clean for white
Yeah.
people.
Dyslexia? There's no dyslexia.
Estás pendejo.
Está just
You just don't want to do
stupido.
the work?
Yeah. I tell everybody.
Crippling anxiety. You just don't like people.
Yeah.
Mm.
I tell everybody that in a Mexican household, you will get labeled by what's wrong with you.
Oh, yeah.
So if you have big ears, orejon, and they'll just call you that. If you're bald, pelon. If you're
Pelón,
fat,
sí.
gordo. If you're
Mhm.
dark, moreno.
If you're skinny, flaca.
Yeah, flaca.
Yeah.
You
Sí.
know,
Or panda. Like they
If you're
call it.
ugly.
if you got a fat ass, nalgon. Like you will get labeled by
Yep.
like by a body part that is either bigger or smaller than what it should be.
What is someone taught me how to say my nipples are hard in Spanish, but I totally forgot. So funny.
See, I want to.
So I have this girl that I work with that she's super like G-rated and she speaks fluent Spanish. It's her first language. And I'll just like blow her back out. I'll come up to her and be
Wait, what?
like blow her mind, you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, no,
Because
no.
we say
I
blow
was
her-
just being
We'll
a
just
little
say you blew her back
no,
out.
fuck that. No, I'm just being a little superfluous. I'm being exaggerating. I'll walk behind her and be like, "How do you say your nipples are hard in Spanish?" And she'd be like, she tells me, you know. But I'll just like I'd like the shock effect. She'd be like, oh.
She's like, why do you want to know that?
I mean,
You might need to say it one day.
everybody knows nipple in English, you know. If
Right.
you speak Spanish, you're gonna know nipple.
What is nipple in Spanish?
Nippon?
No.
No,
It's
it's
something
not.
else.
Shishis.
No.
Chi-cheese. What's a Mexican's favorite kind of cheese? Chi-cheese.
We do love chi-chis.
Kinis too.
Mhm.
Kenny's like, yeah. Who doesn't like a good tit? every once in a while.
I have a buddy. He's like, I don't really care about tits, just ass. She should be flat chested. I was like,
See, I believe that there should be a little bit of everything.
ratio.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like
Ratio.
tits don't have to be huge, but as long as there's something there. Fat ass though, I'm more of
But ratio, like, you know, you can't be flat chested with a
no. There's
fucking
got to be something
motherfucking fart
there.
flanner back there. You know,
Yeah.
like you gotta have something up the front. You know, otherwise you
It
just
just
look like you
doesn't
got like
make
a
sense.
caboose like
Yeah.
hanging on behind you for dear life. Don't let me go.
Yeah, it just doesn't make sense if you have no titties and a fat ass.
You're a homeboy. You're my homie.
A homeboy with a fat ass.
Your homeboy with the
You
fat
got no
Yeah.
ass. You my homeboy.
Hey, you see what's his name? Oh, the one with the fat ass. Yeah, that one.
What is it? What do they say? Fat ass. I've heard it before. Like ass in
Spanish?
Spanish. Yeah.
Nalgona?
No, it's not the word that they used. No, I don't know. I can't remember. But there was like they have like a phrase for like fat ass.
Nalgona, that's fat ass.
What is ass in Spanish?
Is there another word for fat ass in Spanish?
Culo.
Yes, that's it. Culo. Tu come mi culo.
Oh,
Sí.
but then they could also use it in a different way because like they could be like eres culo. You know what that means?
That's cool.
No.
Yeah,
Whenever they
no,
call you a culo, that
So
means
that
that
means-
you're
cool.
a tight ass or
Oh,
You're like-
you have a stick up your butt. Like they say.
kind of.
Yeah.
Can she remove the rod out of her ass like she's like a square?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
if somebody ever calls you a culo, they're either saying it because you're a tight ass or you're cheap, a penny pincher.
Not the Jewish.
Yeah, you're a Jew.
Come on,
Yeah.
Can we say that? Can we say that about Jews?
Yeah, we
I mean,
I mean, they
Up to
do
you.
own all the banks.
Mario loves
Ah.
coins. Mario loves coins.
No.
You are right.
All right.
They own all the sponsors. We don't have any, so what are you gonna take,
Kenny.
Kenny? Where are sponsors at?
No, they take Kenny. They say, what are they going to take? They take Kenny.
Oh, no, we can't have them take Kenny. We need you to run this. You run this
You
show.
take Kenny, try to put him in the van. He's gonna blow away in the wind. He'll be okay.
My boy Hoodie Kenny.
Right?
Kenny with a hoodie. Yeah, he brought his hoodie today. He's good. I seen him the first time without a hoodie the other day, and it
But
blew
you-
my mind.
What's your like general wrap up? It's like a hot one. It's like, tell what's going on in your life. This camera, this one. What you have going on? No? Like, what's your general wrap up?
Oh yeah, basically
What the what?
our general wrap up.
Oh, I think you're.
His balls look hot. I was just trying to be nice.
That was because I think you said rap. I'm like thinking rap. We're going to rap?
That we're gonna
Wrap
rap.
up.
We got
Oh,
some
yo,
freestyles we wanna
listen.
Drop.
Listen. Oh, no.
Mhm.
Ah.
Hot ones, yeah. Look at this camera, this one. What do you have going on in your life? You know? You have like no, you don't run on scripts?
No, we're just like, hey, this is the end of the show. What the fuck you want the people to know?
That's the way that my favorite streamer, Charlie, is. He's like, anyways, that's pretty much it. See ya.
Yeah.
That's how he ends all his streams.
That's pretty much how we do it.
Charlie, put me on your stream. I love you.
Us, Charlie. Us.
I'll suck
Put
your
put
dick.
us on your stream.
Us three
Charlie.
would be fucking amazing.
Moist critical.
We're funny. We're funny together.
I'll make Manda do the splits.
And hold on. And we get to bring our Kenny.
We gotta have Kenny.
I'll allow it.
We need one black guy in the group.
It's not gonna be me.
No.
No, I get the honorary Mexican poster.
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Yeah, she's a reverse coconut.
I know
Why?
she's more Mexican.
She's a reverse
She's
coconut.
more Mexican than me.
Texican.
Porque. What?
Porque
Salsa.
the salsa is terrible.
So, any shout outs or anywhere people can reach you at?
Yeah, let people know where they can find you, where they can see you, and
Twitter, Instagram,
where they can give you money.
HRed95. Us money.
Us money.
Twitch, HannahRed95. Kick. Follow me on there at just HannahRed. No numbers. SourKidsProductions.com. That's
Yay, yay.
SourKidsPROD.com. That's where my merch is. That's where my sponsors are. That's where my other streamers are. We got Indy and we have Kaylee. They're pretty cool. I like them. And what else? Access to cool podcasts.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
these. Dos benderos y vatos crazy locos.
Us two handsome gentlemen right here.
That's what she said. Warriors. She said handsome warriors.
I said I made it in Gringa. I said it in
Gringa,
Gringa.
she said.
So
I like
This is those pendejos over there. You know,
yeah,
like,
those two pendejos.
Good.
dos
Nolan Dick.
pendejos
all I
conmigo.
understood was
A la
these two
website
creative
sourkidspord.com.
We're queers.
Gracias, amigo.
They not her.
Can she say that? Nah.
But yeah, thank you everybody for tuning in, watching this. Hope y'all enjoy it. It was fun having you. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you so much.
Hopefully we get on a game with you and you
Yeah.
can make us look like shit because we don't play video games.
I really do want to do that.
It'd be fun.
Do a game. Just
We're gonna do the taco mukbang though.
I'm Uncle. Oh yeah.
You know, we should have her on whenever we bring China Leon to do the spread.
You down?
What kind of spread we talking about?
Prison spread.
Prison.
Yeah, have more at 9.
They're used prison recipes.
Like when they make like the dildos out of Jolly Ranchers.
Wait, what?
You didn't hear about that?
I mean, we can make you a dildo out of Jolly Ranchers.
No,
if
I'm
you
good.
want us
I don't
to.
need a yeast infection.
Oh, okay.
But I've heard that they literally will make dildos out of Jolly Ranchers.
I mean, anything could be a dildo if you're creative.
If you're
enough.
if you're brave enough, anything is a dildo.
Yeah.
We're gonna
What?
talk. That was just like nobody noticed that.
What?
Well, I'm just saying, anything could be a dildo if you want it enough.
Kenny,
Don't
look,
bring your
what?
sister into this.
Yeah.
Don't bring your sister into this.
I'll make you a Fifi.
A Fifi.
No, thank you.
You don't want a Fifi?
No, I'm good.
All right.
We say like this coming.
No, thank you.
But yeah,
Shit.
Mhm.
What?
we'll definitely have something planned.
That'd be fun.
We're trying to go to a haunted house too.
I've never been to one.
Oh.
I will tell you there's a funny story though. My sister, evidently, she went to Fright Fest at Six Flags and she decided like they were going to go to a haunted house, but they didn't know which one they wanted to go to. So she was like, okay, just pick a random one. She didn't realize that there's increments. Like 1 is easy and 10 is hard. They ended up going to the most, she'd never been to one before. She went to the worst one. She got so scared. She ran so hard from the chainsaw man. She ran backstage like to like the hair and dressing, like the hair and makeup room in the dressing room. And the guy had to break character, like take his chainsaw off, put it down and can be like, hey, like you're not in the haunted house anymore. Like you gotta come back. She's like, I was just running away. And he's like, yeah, but you're not, you need to come back to the
Yeah, you
haunted
need to get
house.
out of
I'm not
here.
gonna hurt you. The chainsaw doesn't have a chain on it.
It's not real.
You gotta get out of the dressing room.
Oh.
Yeah, but we got to.
I was like, where was your husband? She's like, he already left. And I was like, damn, he left.
he didn't even wait. She ran off.
Sounds like a Mexican. Yeah,
Mhm.
No, he's
like-
white.
Oh,
No.
then. White people.
The sister-in-laws are Mexican.
Oh. That's funny.
Yeah, we're,
No,
planning,
he probably was just walking through there to see. Didn't
I would have ran.
we're planning on going to a haunted house. We're working on
A
that.
real haunted house.
An actually haunted house?
Yeah.
Can I bring a Bible?
Yeah.
We're going to need somebody to read it because we don't know how to read it.
It's not in
Yeah.
Latin, it's in English.
Yeah, but
Like I said, we don't know how to
we
read
don't
it.
know how to read it. But thank you very much for coming. We'll definitely be working with you soon. Check her out on SourKidsProductions.com. Right.
Yeah.
Buy some merch. Send us some money. Something, motherfuckers. Tired of living broke.
Peace, bitches.